races remain. Which driver, which situation catches your eye? Well, I look at Alex Bowman and Chris Buescher. Everybody may think they're
Okay, I think we're live. What's going on, everybody? I am Double D, and welcome to my watch party. We're racing in Iowa Speedway, the Iowa Corn 350 today. The world's fastest short track. Ryan Blaney's won here last year. We're going to see who's going to win here this year. So I'm going to put down my prediction in the chat.
Talking of two, the second row. It's Kyle Larson and Austin Cindric. Larson was so good here a year ago until the...
All right, so yes, I predict Kyle Larson's going to win this race. I believe he can keep from crashing. He'll be a guarantee to win at Iowa. And he's really good at short track, so I think it's a no-brainer when you're picking him. Ryan Blaney would be my second choice, but I usually don't like picking the driver who just won, because this day and time, NASCAR is different with how that trend goes. Okay, let's look at the starting grid. For like the gazillionth time this year, Chase Briscoe gets pole, William Byron second. We got Kyle Larson, my prediction, in third. Fourth place, Austin Cindric. Fifth, Keselowski. Sixth, Ryan Blaney. Ooh, good qualifying for Cindric and Keselowski. Seventh, Seventh, Carson Hocevar. Eighth place, Chase Elliott. Ninth place, AJ Allmendinger. And 10th place, Justin Haley. At least Chase Elliott's got some speed. Denny Hamlin, 11th. Josh Berry, 12th. 13th, Michael McDowell. 14th, Joey Logano. 15th, Bubba Wallace. 16th, Alex Bowman. 17th, Christopher Bell. 18th, Austin Dillon. 19th, Cole Custer. And 20th, Ty Gibbs. 21st, Shane Van Gisbergen. 22nd, Tyler Reddick. 3rd, Zane Smith. 23rd, Zane Smith. 24th, Riley Evans. 25th, Eric Jones. 26th, Daniel Suarez. 27th, Christopher Buescher. 28th, Ross Chastain. 29th, John Nemechek. 30th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And 31st, Noah Gragson. You got 32nd, Ty Gillen. 33rd, Ryan Preece. 34th, Todd Gillen. 35th, Cody Ware. 36th, Joey Gase. And in last place, Kyle Busch, after wrecking and qualifying, I believe. Either practice or qualifying, he wrecked. But I really like Joey Gase's paint scheme this weekend. He is driving the King of the Hill paint scheme. I hope Lionel definitely gets that diecast running, hopefully. Oh, look, looks like they got a new score bug for NBC. Doesn't look bad.
I love what Denny Hamlin told you when called down the green where he said, this is the only oval where I just don't...
I miss the old score bug where they would have it like at the top of the screen up here instead of on the side. Probably more nostalgic, but I like those a lot better personally.
And I have no idea where it's going to go. So, Diff, the unknowns of today, I think that's going to make for an exciting race for the folks at home to watch today.
I think that's a theme because of the newness, for want of a better word, of this circuit for the NASCAR Cup Series.
No idea. It's a common thread. Dan Roger and the sports. They talk to some crew chiefs.
And then they would start the conversation with some confidence. Jeff, the track is absolutely done well. I don't know, maybe...
All right, one to go until they start racing.
It was a great year last year for Ryan Blaney. He bought the Teddy Penske Ford. Let's go inside. Let's eavesdrop. Let's have a listen to a recent radio transmission.
All right, everybody. You gotta do what we did last year. They see you all day. The best job I can for you. Let you know what it is.
All right, so I wonder, there's been so many times that Chase Briscoe has gotten pole, but he has not won the race.
Hey guys, here's some other good news. After
So,
scorching temperatures in Indy last weekend, 76 degrees today. A lot.
it's 76 degrees in Iowa, so drivers are definitely going to be more comfortable.
There's not a lot of information.
Pace cars in, Briscoe on the outside, Byron on the inside. NBC's first race this year is green at Iowa.
Great start from the pole sitter, Chase Briscoe. And on the inside comes William Byron.
Yeah, William Byron muscles on the inside to the lead on Chase Briscoe.
William Byron making the bottom of the racetrack work. That's going to change throughout the day. He's going to try to have to figure out, is the
Wow, what a power move by William Byron. He's going to lead lap 1.
We start two from Austin Cindric. And Brad Keselowski looks that predominantly white car. Down on the low side there.
I don't know, it seems like in 1 and 2, that inside line works good, but 3 and 4, it's kind of difficult to make it stick.
Slow start to the year for the driver of the 6. Remember, they added that third car for Ryan Preece, and I think it hurt the 6 as Cindric passes Briscoe for second. But that positive momentum is real. The 6 is finding it at the right time of year. Too late for points, but a win would still put him in the playoffs. Oh, as he bounces or slides up in front of Larson.
Oh, Larson's lost a couple positions. He does not have a good car right now.
On the inside, Chase Briscoe. So Keselowski continues to climb, and the reason why Steve said points aren't going to do it, it has to be a win. The boss at RK Racing, he is buried in 20.
Now he's trying to go for a pass on Briscoe on the inside. I guess he had to get to the inside line.
Now, he does not have the grip that he needs to be able to drive the car in the corner as deep as he wants to be able to accelerate. You can see the back of the car sliding around. Everybody, knowing track position is important. You've got to take advantage of a car when you see him struggling.
And Briscoe has to somehow remain patient. I know he feels like he's bleeding spots because he is, but with as treacherous as this track is, you just can't panic. We're still only 5 laps into the race.
Look out, here comes the Hurricane. Hocevar is in the mix in that black and red 77.
Lee Diffie just called Hocevar the Hurricane. Interesting there.
It almost takes a few laps for your eyes to adjust the way this track races. I know it's defined as a short track under a mile, but it's high speed like an intermediate style tracks. Just the movements come much quicker.
That's strange. The NBC scorebug looks kind of like the NASCAR on Prime scorebug. Just pointing that out.
Doing a nice job.
One thing I noticed in yesterday's Xfinity race, Steve, is that some cars that would take off loose, not the rear grip they were looking for, would be better on the long runs because they're probably going to build tighter, meaning they're not going to turn as well as this run goes. If you can start a little bit loose and manage it, maybe that'll be better for a long run. I know that's what Chase Briscoe is hoping for.
There is an early breakaway trio at the front.
Yeah, Briscoe's finally getting in the way of Larson, but Larson did not have a good start there. Lost a couple positions.
Second and a half or more over the pole to Chase Briscoe.
And this first lap is 70. Excuse me. This first stage is 70 laps.
With Briscoe struggling, only 1 through 3 are a second within each other, and the others are like 2.5 seconds back.
Hunt Brothers Pizza on board Cam. Let's go for a little ride with Joey Logano.
Elliott's going to pass on
Elliott on the inside of
Carson Hocevar in the 77.
In the Celsius machine for Kaulig Racing. Spoke to AJ yesterday at length. He wasn't overly optimistic.
They're trying to get that inside line to work, but it seems like the outside line is starting to prevail.
Yeah, good ball by effort. And the key now is, does my car do what I wanted it to do after practice, right? Steve, like we had a practice. Nobody was completely happy with their car. What kind of changes did I make overnight to make it drive better today?
I think we're going to see who can make the right adjustments after pit stops. Everybody's still trying to figure out their car
That's really what this part of the race is about.
early.
On board right now, the lot of discount furniture came on mail a new scheme on this car. And I don't take his interview quite at face value. He was really downplaying because I do believe he doesn't think he has an advantage due to he doesn't most tracks with experience. And I know last year didn't go well enough. I think he was trying to show some humility, but don't let that cover up where he knows deep down inside.
Oh, Hamlin looks kind of sideways there.
It's just a question if the car balance will match what he's looking for. Think about that. Remember where
But here's your top 10. So we got William Byron, Austin Cindric, Brad Keselowski, Chase Briscoe, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Carson Hocevar, AJ Allmendinger, and Denny Hamlin. Hamlin looked like he made his way into the top 10.
And the construction work, the real change was really for failures. Last year we saw a lot of rear tires have issues, mostly due to abuses of air pressure, but Goodyear wanted to give the team a little more leeway. No issues in practice, no issues yet. Knock on wood, 338 laps to go. I know if I wasn't going fast enough, it's that forbidden fruit. Air out of the rear tires just adds grip, adds speed. We'll see if anyone dares go there. And this side by
Yeah.
side. That's
I didn't see the Xfinity race yesterday, so I have no idea how the cars are going to handle. Been a pretty busy week.
That's Riley Herbst in that monster 35 under attack from Suarez.
Had a conversation with Eric Jones this morning in that 43 car. Said, Eric, your car looked really good yesterday. I know you didn't qualify very well. And he said, Jeff, I'm really, really happy with where we are. So a lot of positivity in that team. He and John Hunter Nemechek, Legacy Motorsports owned by Jimmy Johnson. Those guys are headed in the right direction.
And those drivers have really enjoyed the greater input from the 7-time champion who has recently moved back to the US from England. Jimmy is a regular figure in the race shop, and for his 2 young drivers, that means a lot.
Oh, can you imagine having an opportunity to spend time with Jimmy Johnson and learn the lessons that he learned, try to shortcut it so you don't have to go through those things? It's a huge asset. But I don't think just for the driver, Steve. I think that Jimmy is an asset to the entire organization.
See, we got Tyler Reddick and Ty Gibbs battling for position.
Almost osmosis.
Just outside the top 10.
Around him, it doesn't have to be a specific.
And Ty Gibbs is going to get to drive off the corner.
It's every comment, every small input.
I don't think the racing's been bad so far.
Two monster cars on the screen. Confused me completely. The one on the left, the 54 of Ty Gibbs, the one on the right, the 35 of Tyler Reddick. Remember, first year full-time Cup Series. That's the third 2311 entry.
Back up front, William Byron has led every lap thus far.
Yeah, Byron's ahead of Cindric and Keselowski. Now, don't forget, Cindric has won on a short track in his career. He won at Gateway last year.
Which is 2 seconds.
I think Brad has the fastest car right here. Trying to find a way to get around Cindric and ultimately get around.
And Keselowski's look fast on the short tracks. He just got to put a race together to win and get himself in the playoffs.
I want to follow up with what Steve said just a moment ago. Steve, I had a long conversation with Brad Keselowski this morning. He said, I think folks don't realize what our specific team, the 6 team, went through in the offseason. We changed the crew chief, both race engineers, the car chief, and then we went to race in Daytona. We didn't have any time to get to know each other or practice or really get to know how we should operate the team together. And we've had to learn each other throughout the year. In this day and age, Steve, how difficult is that task for Brad Keselowski? And you see Jeremy Bullins on the right-hand side, his new crew chief this year. They worked together in the past, but that doesn't really matter. New car, limited practice. It's difficult to kind of rebuild a team.
Yeah, I mean, you basically get 20 minutes of practice, which is a light version of practice from pit road, qualifying in the race. That's a full weekend. You know, Jeff, in our day, we would have 4.5 hours of practice over 2 days. That gives you 2 nights to take a breath and talk about it, split a meal, have more conversation.
Okay, Byron started to extend that gap now.
You know, I give the addition of Ryan Freeze an A. I thought they did an amazing job of adding a 3rd car. But without a doubt, the 6 took a step back. We're glad to see Brad not continuing that. I know he's the owner, right? But I want to see driver Brad say, wait. We can get better. They have done that, and they have been on the trend here. Big 5th last week in Indianapolis.
4 top 10s in the last 6 races for Brad Keselowski and the 6 team. We're up and running here in Corn Country. NASCAR on USA.
So, playing NASCAR but don't know who to root for. Here's some Toyota legends you can get behind. Meet Tyler Reddick. Crushed it in Xfinity Series and now he's here. Basically the Cinderella story if Cinderella drove 200 miles per hour. Then there's John Hunter Nemechek. New kid on the block. All gas, no brakes. Oh, and Denny Hamilton. Ever heard of Daytona? He's won it 3 times. No big deal. We have a lot of drivers. All legends. You pick. You in? And action.
Applebee's 2 for $25.
So in?
Get 1 appetizer and 2 entrees like the new chicken parmesan fettuccine.
Choose 1 appetizer and 2 entrees. Applebee's iconic 2 for $25.
Keselowski's now under Cindric, trying to make a move.
Change is
happening. He got a little bit under his corner panel there, and that loosened up Cindric, and now Keselowski's going to make the pass for 2nd.
We want to do our part to keep one thing the
So
same.
Keselowski,
With a 5-year price.
now it's turn to chase down
So
William
much
Byron in
other
first.
cost change. You get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same.
one thing never changes. Stand still as your family
Good,
grows.
I'm still
Things
streaming
just
right
keep
now.
getting more
Elliot
interesting, but you learn to roll with it.
is trying to battle Hocevar for
New
7th.
Omaha by Ashley.
Inching closer and closer, but Hocevar had to drive off the corner.
Stop pretending like you don't see our snack wrap comments. It hurts. You thought they didn't see your comments, petitions and posts, the DMs for 9 straight years? Those comments are the reason this exists. Snack wrap is back.
Yeah, it takes the flat. Yes. NASCAR wants you to have a street race on your finger. You have a felt group.
Yeah, they're showing on USA that NASCAR is racing in San Diego next year at their military base. I think it's a smart decision since it's the 250th anniversary for the Army, I think. No, the Navy. Excuse me. The Navy. I think both military branches. But 250th anniversary for them. And they're racing over there. I think it's a good idea. Because I know they have struggled trying to get racing going in Chicago the past 3 years.
Welcome back. The Dippy Jeff Burton steeple top with you here at Iowa Speedway. 41 laps to go in this opening stage. It's been caution-free, and every single lap has been led by that man there.
Got 40 laps to go in stage one. There's 70 laps total in stage one. And now Keselowski is trying to chase down Byron, but Byron's got a bigger gap now. But he has caught up the lap traffic, so this should benefit Keselowski.
First car under attack will be the 51 of Cody Ware. Just up the street in front of him is Gregson, Busch, Dillon, Stenhouse, Priest. These cars know that we're about halfway through or past halfway. You know, in this.
And Byron makes a nice move on that lap car right there.
Be patient. How much are they willing to fight the leader?
51 of Cody Ware.
Look at the 6. Man, the 6 really rolls the middle of the corner. I think that's the strength.
Right on the white line.
Wow, what?
Drivers are up the racetrack a little bit.
Keselowski's running great on the bottom. Seems like the only car to do that so far.
Brad's able to be disciplined. He really can put his car wherever he wants to.
Finding the right grooves to try to chase down William Byron.
Has to be happy with where he is.
So, Jeff, Hamlin was very vocal in his interview that he has very little experience here. You could hear his lack of confidence, even though I think it'll be fine in the race.
Yeah, don't forget Keselowski's experience here. He's raced here in the Xfinity Series and Truck Series, I'm pretty sure.
Is real when you get in the race, any small things, anything you can lead back to, even if it's from a decade ago.
So I'm not surprised that Keselowski's running fast right now. And he's trying to build a momentum as much as he can and try to get himself into playoffs with a win. But he's only got a couple of races to do that.
It's not just at this racetrack, but just in general, just life in general, as far as driving a race car, that's where experience is a huge advantage.
3 wins and 7 starts in the Xfinity Series, so success here is real.
Let's talk more about the 6 and Keselowski with Martin Snyder.
Yeah, I believe the guys were saying that Brad can turn to the bottom of the racetrack. What Brad said on the radio when he was trying to pass Austin Tudor a moment ago was that I have to get lower to, quote, get out of the wake of the car in front of it. He's trying to do that to William Byron once again. So when I chatted with Brad this morning, I said, how's the speed? He said, excellent. I said, best speed since when? He goes, all year. Best speed we've had all year long. He said, if we can execute today, we can win this race so far. He's proving true, and he might get the lead here, Jim.
Get close. 34 to go in stage 1. This is the greatest challenge we've seen to the race.
Yep, Keselowski's got closer to Byron.
As soon as he zipped by Chase Briscoe on the
But Ryan,
it's been all his race
but Keselowski
until now.
just got behind Byron and lost the dirty air there.
Just did not have the rear grip he needed on the corner. Exit of 2, you can see the back of the car moving around. Now they got to navigate through this lap traffic. If I'm Brad Keselowski, I'm thinking about
Okay,
how
we're going through lap traffic. Keselowski's trying to find different lines to get past Byron here.
second that William Byron gets in his way.
Even if he doesn't get the win, the stage point can help him whenever he does get a win. Next couple of races.
If he can get Noah to move up the racetrack a little bit take that air away from William. I think that's
They're about to lap Noah Gregson next.
Noah loose, saw the 4 car get loose, getting in the corner. Up the racetrack. That's a disadvantage.
And now Kozlowski's going to have an advantage now. He's going to look to the inside of Byron here in turn 3. Can he hold it on the bottom? No, he just, his car slides a little bit. Just cannot make the move on Byron right now. Now he's going to try to get on the bottom, but the lap car, Gregson's in the way.
Big run right there on corner exit by William.
I don't know, but I think as long as Kozlowski, now Byron, looks like he got up the track a little bit. He's still going to hold on.
See how loose the 24 car got on corner entry? Now this is really the first time we've seen William Byron have to be this low on the racetrack. He's nervous right now, Steve, because if he doesn't pull this pass off, that could present an opportunity for Brad to get by.
The 24 has to be very careful because when the 6 looks good on the bottom, I think if the 6 gets to the right rear quarter panel of the 24, then it's game over. 6 is going to try to roll that second lane right here.
Yeah. Now they're racing different lines. Byron on the bottom and Kozlowski on the top. And now Kozlowski's got a big run.
He might have to take lane 2. He does.
Now he's at the bottom of Byron.
Make the 6 go the hard way around, which I think is the bottom of the racetrack.
What a race. Yeah. The 6 just doesn't quite have the rear grip.
Yeah.
The exit of the corner that he needs.
And guess who's coming back into this picture? Here comes the 2.
Yeah, Cendric is closing in too since he cannot get past Gregson, the lap car.
Ahead of this battle, Noah Gregson's doing a really good job. Obviously struggling with this race car. Not happy with it, but he's being very disciplined. Making it difficult for these guys.
These two, trying to sort and work each other out, have brought multiple players back into the picture. Bottom right of your screen, the pole sitter, the 19, the Bass Pro Shops Toyota of Chase Briscoe. So all of a sudden, 2 becomes 3, becomes 4.
Yeah, now Kozlowski's got a better run right here.
Now that the 6 is there, this is going to make the 24 tight on corner exit. If he can get close to
Yeah, now he's side by side with Byron, as close as he's been. You just got to get to that corner panel of Byron to loose him up. He's sticking to the bottom.
It's an interesting waiting game.
Yeah, there you go. Gets on that corner panel.
Well, this is how it happens. It happens a foot at a time, although now there's a big stack up in front here.
And now Kozlowski.
Has actually run the 8 down. Kyle Busch, the blue car right there.
He just can't get the throttle down to pass William Byron right now. But Kyle Busch is in danger of being lapped too, along with Gregson.
Now Gregson, he's dealing with the same issues that William Byron was dealing with.
That's going to make it more difficult for Byron with all these lap cars.
So this battle right here with that blue and orange NOS Energy Chevrolet, the 47 Ricky Stenhouse.
See, Byron's going to go to the bottom on Gregson.
That side by side has made a mess behind him.
Wade Byron, he's underneath Gregson.
That's the first time we've seen a change in pattern, but Noah's hanging tough. Finally, there's an avenue by for William Byron. Or is there? This is endless. And patience and precision.
And now Byron's going to get loose up the track, and here comes Kozlowski on the bottom.
Well, you got loose on corner entry. That has been a problem all weekend long.
This is going to be the opportunity for the 6. Side by side in front of the 24 is going to make the air the worst it's ever been. Kozlowski gasses up. I love the extra low exit.
Yeah, Kozlowski tries to exit on the bottom while Byron has dirty air. Now they're both side by side. Wow. Hard to get through these lap cars right now. Looks like Stenhouse may have a problem. Or he just had something go on with his car right there. But Byron still gets away.
Continues to lead, and he's done that for all 49 laps so far.
Wow. Could be a glimpse of later on, maybe.
It's always happening. It's part of life. Here at Xfinity, we want to do our part to keep one thing the same, with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. So no matter how your other costs change, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same.
New to Toyota Gazoo Racing, there are a lot of unofficial rules. Rules like only pass cars on the left. Don't drive on the grass. When you win, be humble. You know what they say. Rules are made to be broken. Win.
An all-American club combo.
Man, and they're not going to side by side. That's disappointing. That's a great battle right there.
His own deal. Hey, Shooter, I love your cup.
We can still look on NASCAR.com though.
Bush guy.
Yeah, Byron's still ahead of Keselowski. Then you got Cindric, Briscoe. Ryan Blaney's gotten past Kyle Larson for 5th. 6th is Larson, 7th is Solskjaer, 8th is Chase Elliott, 9th is AJ Allmendinger, and 10th is Justin Haley. Larson does not have the car right now. I think if he makes more adjustments, he eventually will have the car.
You want me to take that for you?
That's okay.
Even taking a photo can be tough for young homeowners turning into their parents.
Okay, everybody, big smiles. Very good.
Okay, phone back.
One more for safety. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's do a fun one. Hold up the buildings behind you. Hold up the buildings. That's great.
I'm so sorry.
How do y'all know each other? Your friends?
Greg.
Okay, everybody jump in the air at the same time.
Person can save you from becoming your parents, but we can't save you money when you find a $1 house.
Oh, no, I didn't get it. All right, from the top.
Oh, yes, it's still going on as you rejoin us watching the Iowa Corn 350 powered by ethanol. Positions remain the same. William Byron continues to lead and fend off, hold off Brad Keselowski. Meanwhile, trying to put Kyle Busch a lap down. Back up car for Busch. The Cheddar's on board. Tell us more, Dave.
And now Wayne Byron's trying to put Kyle Busch a lap down.
It's getting lap early. There's the leader right there on Kyle's tail.
I know Kyle Busch is going to be harder to pass than what Gregson was.
This is the radio for Kyle. That was Randall responding to Kyle Busch. It's too tight, and you can see right now he's about to get lapped. 14 to go. He wants to hold up to 24 as long as he can, even if he can't stay on the lead lap. Because if he can hold the 24 up long enough that he can't get by the next car up the road, the 10 of Ty Dillon, that's the free pass for Kyle Busch. Jeff, you and I go back and watch these races.
Man, I remember back when Kyle Busch was battling for wins. Now he's battling to stay on the lead lap. Sad.
Who has started from behind in this backup car. And they said they overshot the changes.
I mean, Busch is like my second favorite driver. Besides Chase Elliott, it's just depressing.
Yes, I mean that's.
But Byron has gotten past Kyle Busch to put him a lap down. Next car up the road is kind of far.
Brutal crash yesterday in practice. It was abrupt. It was fierce.
Keselowski got loose on the bottom right there. Byron took the air.
We saw all day in practice. Drivers really struggled keeping rear grip in the back of the car on corner entry, and Kyle's came around on him, and he just could not save it, Kim.
And as we look at William Byron in the lead, he's got pace, but the balance of that car is going away. Here's what he told the team on the radio.
Really right on the long run, very clear.
Oh, balance starting to go away for Byron? Doesn't look like it.
The team said you think it is an air pressure related issue that's causing your balance issues, but you heard him say that the brakes aren't great. Jeff, he didn't really elaborate any more than that. So what could he be feeling in the car to just give a generic "the brakes aren't great" comments?
Well, it's a difficult racetrack, Steve, for brake selection because it's a short track, but it's an intermediate. Like, which is it? And so it's easy to not hit that package exactly correct. So you may have a problem with enough friction. You may have a problem when you don't have a full pedal, meaning you go to the brake pedal and it moves a little bit before it starts to stop.
10 laps to go in stage one, now 9.
So the only thing they can
As now Keselowski's closer to Byron.
William was very quick to praise.
Seems like Keselowski's better on the longer run, as now he's closer to Byron.
Was having a brake issue, but the team were able to get me ready for qualifying and kind of rectify that to the best of their ability. Qualified, obviously, very well. that front row. That's what I'm wondering. They had a smudgy penalty yesterday that they fixed. So,
Yeah, but smart enough by Byron, taking that line away from Kozlowski.
That's why I would take that if I was Rudy Fugle.
Lee coming up on pit stops in just a few laps as he watches battle for the lead. There goes Keselowski to the bottom.
8 to go. Make it 7 to go. And this battle just is endless. It's awesome. Here at Iowa Speedway.
And you know Kozlowski's going to try everything he can to try to get past Byron here to win stage 1.
In the middle of the corner, it's hard to make the pass on corner exit.
Yeah, there you go. Rough him up a little bit.
Through up the racetrack there.
Kozlowski kind of got a little bit loose under Byron, but he can't get the throttle down. Byron's still going to hold position.
CJ Majors encouraging his driver Brad Keselowski from on top of the roof. But, you know, William Byron just needs to make sure that Brad can't gas it up with having that outer line clear.
45 races since Brad Keselowski went to victory lane. So that's what's driving this run right now.
You can tell Kozlowski's better, but that's just that dirty air. It's not letting him
Back
pass.
to Dave Burns. Dave, let's finish that story you started before about Chase Elliott.
Well, fans will recognize that pit road map. They take down pit lanes before the green to get an idea of whether or not they'll be speeding when it is time to pit. This was Chase Elliott's radio right after that.
We spent those last 2 sections on pit road. Any thoughts on that? Those last fair bit, we can get a plan to adjust it down here.
So Alan Gustafson realizing they were too fast. I've heard up and down pit road several others were speeding steep. What adjustments do the teams make in this case before pit stop?
Well, what I would do is I would just give my driver a different.
Yeah, Justin Haley just got past Hamlin, and now he's back in the top 10.
Couple sections, so you would probably speed up. Normally over a curve, you could run.
Yeah, Kozlowski's got 3 more laps to pass Byron here.
Hey, Chase, we're going to give you a different target when you get to that final curve on pit road.
This battle for the lead, Brad Keselowski has changed.
And now Kozlowski's got the outside.
Higher on the racetrack. He consistently has been trying to pass William on the bottom. Now he's using.
Yeah, now he uses the bumper on Byron, and Byron gets up in the marbles. And Kozlowski takes the lead. And now Byron's going to lose second to Cindric.
So for those 67 laps led, and just like that, William
Wow.
loses 2 positions.
What a great job.
I mean, that's what you got to do. If you got to win, you got to move them.
I'm not going to be able to get by continuing it. So he moved his
That dirty air is atrocious.
That allowed him to have all that forward momentum getting into turn 3, trying to combat it. William Byron drove in the corner just a little bit too deep. Back of the car came around.
Okay, 1 lap to go in stage 1.
1 lap to go in this stage, presented by Credit One Bank. That battle went on for 42 laps.
Kozlowski. Car looking good for the long run. Moves Byron out of the way to get a stage win.
At the right time, first stage win this season.
Yeah, first stage win this season for Kozlowski. Got Cindric, Byron, Blaney, Briscoe, Kyle Larson, Carson Hocevar, Chase Elliott, AJ Allmendinger, and Justin Haley. All getting points that stage. Caution free. That was good.
Stage 1 belongs to Brad Keselowski here in Iowa.
Pod's last sale of the summer has been extended. Save up to 25% on moving and storage until September 22nd.
And I believe Kyle Busch should get the free pass.
Book now and save up to 25% at pods.com.
Yeah, he's first car 1 lap down, so Kyle Busch will get back on the lead lap.
So Talkies fans, you're welcome. And new Talkies fans.
Saw me only 34 cars 1 lap down. I mean, 4 cars. 34th place, Noah Gregson's first car 1 lap down.
You need to drop this case.
We do not surrender. Donnie Ray Black was murdered. They knew about it. They covered it up.
If you want to screw the people who screwed our client, what are you willing to do?
Okay, it's time to see how pit stops are going to go. Definitely look at the Hendrick guys that have better stops.
Smarter energy habits benefit everyone. When you sign up for Peak Time Savings, your smart thermostat automatically adjusts during times of high demand, so you can save without lifting a finger. Peak Time Rewards alerts you of times of high demand, giving you the power to use less and improve reliability for everyone. Together, we can power a brighter tomorrow. Find the program that works for you at AmerinIllinois.com/peaktimeprograms.
NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Iowa Corn Growers. Pump Unleaded 88, grown by Iowa corn farmers. Credit One Bank, NASCAR American Express card. And by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto.
By the way, John Nemechek's making his 100th start today.
All right, we're in the stage.
Okay, pit stops.
On pit lane. Let's kick it off with Marty Steiner. Marty?
Well, only it almost took him half the stage to make it happen, but the first playoff point of the year for Brad Keselowski with a stage 1 win. He said the fire-off speed is excellent. I just need more forward drive late in the run.
Yeah, Byron had a way better stop. So did Blaney. Briscoe had the fastest stop there. Byron lost. Keselowski lost 3 spots. Yeah, number 1 pit stop helped Briscoe out. So he'll restart in first.
Fuel choice that's cheaper, homegrown, and better for the planet? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Creating a place to gather is a powerful thing. Even as life shifts, having a space to cozy up makes everything just a bit better, even when things don't go as planned. The all-new Omaha by Ashley.
An all-American club combo, extra jalapeno, Curalex out.
For just $1 more, you can make it a Happy Gilmore meal and get a collectible cup.
Gilmore with his own meal deal? Hey, Shooter, I love your cup.
Okay.
Actually made a Happy Gilmore meal. Shut up.
Safe like prepared.
So we got your top 10 is Chase Briscoe, William Byron, Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, Austin Cindric, Kyle Larson, AJ Allmendinger, Carson Hosford, Justin Haley, and Chase Elliott in 10th. Elliott lost a few spots. I mean, still early in the race, but not good at a track like Iowa, where track position is king.
Get it fixed now and pay later only at SafeLight.com.
This October, the NBA is coming home to NBC and streaming on Peacock. John Test still got it.
Today, here at Iowa Speedway, over 1,500 Iowa corn farmers and their families are celebrating the power and performance of ethanol. NASCAR trusts ethanol to power their engines lap after lap. Consumers can fuel up with that same fuel. They pump it up with E15. As we welcome you back to the Iowa Corn 350 powered by ethanol, we're in the stage break at the moment, so perfect time to join DJ and Marty on the Peacock Pit Box.
Yeah, hanging out with the Hall of Famer and DJ. Boy, that took 42 laps. And Brad Keselowski finally got there. First playoff point of the year for him in the stage win here in stage 1. What impressed you the most about the way Brad went about getting the lead?
The patience that it took to do all of that. He had opportunities to press the issue that might have put him in a bad position. Could have messed up his race car there, caused an accident, wore out his tires too much to make that pass. Wait. That was great what we saw from a future Hall of Famer himself as he got to the lead here. And they have to be
Right, we're going to see what's going to happen on this next restart.
We were talking about Daytona possibly a win. I got a lot sooner than that.
Well, I go back to my conversation with him this morning, DJ, when I know we have the winning speed, Standing behind the wheel, when you've been in that mindset, does that allow you to be a little more patient early in the race like this?
No doubt about that. You know, whenever you're trying to overcome something and they've had a lack of speed, like a long run speed at times, you kind of force the issue. We saw that right there in a veteran race driver that knows what he has here today, and this is a great opportunity for him. He didn't want to take that away in stage one.
On a day when it's so hard to pass like this, I know he wanted to finally make it happen in stage one. He gets the stage win lead. We'll see if he can hang on to it. Could it be not only his first stage win of the year, but maybe his first race win of the year? Long way to go, but man, that 6 looks strong.
Win and get into
All right.
2025 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs.
There.
One way to go,
Guess
but
they're doing the
that was
choose
a
rule on
true
this lap.
stage.
Yeah, it really was. And Steve talked about it. The A car of Kyle Busch, he was the first car lap down, so he got the free pass.
See, with 48 of Alabama was 14th. He's pulled over. You heard that radio on the 9 about the last couple sections. Dave Burns gave us a report about hearing on a lot of radios. Well, both the 60 of Priest and the 48 of Bowman.
Ryan Priest and Alex Bowman speeding on pit road.
1, 2, and 3. Let's listen.
So they're going to have to be in the back.
We were too fast in section 13. 60 car was as well, but we got penalty. I wasn't even close. But which one? Section 13. I wasn't nowhere anywhere. First stop mark is 10-4.
All right, so driver frustrated because, Jeff, you know when you missed your lights. You're like, oh, man, I was hoping you weren't going to tell me that. I did, the engine revved or maybe it got a little messy at one point. Bowman felt pretty good, but remember Alan Gustafson saying, what do we need to adjust, giving a new target for his driver? Seems like the 48, obviously they felt good about it. Blake Harris would have checked what his speed was before the race, so it wasn't a concern. Now this time it was a concern. I think every team needs to kind of be on notice, right, that this is becoming an issue. 2 drivers already listening to the 60.
These lights are not set correctly. If we just went, because I went too blue that time, because I was just not wanting to get a penalty, and we just got a penalty. I am going to run my straightaway lights, because that is the last thing we needed.
Okay, straightaway lights. Pit road entry all the way down to about Kyle Larson's pit box is straight. So you run 1 RPM all the way. But then once you get past the Larson sign, the last 6 or 8 boxes curve. So straight, all straight, straight, straight. You run your straightaway lights. As pit road curves, because of the pie, pit road is measured kind of on the outside of the pit boxes. You're running further to the right. So math says you can speed up. We do this at Bristol, at Martinsville, a lot of places, Phoenix, everywhere we have a curve. Remember, only our second race here. So something between the engineer's calculation and the measured distance, whatever aggression they were planning, doesn't seem like it's working. Something to keep an eye on all day.
The way it works is the spotter will see the driver.
Yeah, here we go.
In that quarter, he'll say,
Chase Briscoe, William Byron, side by side, just like the beginning of the race. 3 flags back in the air. Great restart by Chase Briscoe.
What a start in the 19. Leaves William Byron behind. Here comes Ryan Blaney. Keselowski's down on the
Yeah,
inside.
Chase Briscoe's not going to be challenged there, and Byron being challenged by Blaney for second.
That's why Brad lost those positions and now has to catch them all back up again. But a flyer of a start from Briscoe.
They'll struggle on pit road all year for Brad Keselowski's team, and now it's got him back. See?
When Byron gets loose, and that's going to let Keselowski try to challenge him for third.
Push from behind from Austin Cindric, and the 12 of Ryan Blaney flashes his way right around the outside into second place. And Keselowski's going with him.
Hey, Keselowski's got to get this past on Byron if he's going to challenge for the lead later.
There was talk about would that number 1 pit stall for the 19 of Chase Briscoe have a disadvantage to it.
And Briscoe goes to block Ryan Blaney right there. But Briscoe just does not have a good car around the corner, and Blaney is now going to challenge for the lead.
He's going to have to wrestle the defending race winner, Ryan Blaney, for the lead, and here comes
And Byron, who hangs on to third.
William Byron underneath him.
Blaney still hangs on to second.
Little behind, you see the 5 of Kyle Larson. Now Hocevar is hanging in there. Larson on the inside of the 2 of Cindric. And then Hocevar, the Dinger's in there, in 8th, ahead of Haley and Chase Elliott. There they are, top of your screen. William Byron in that Raptor Chevrolet with a left side mirror full of Brad Keselowski. He's like, oh no, not you again.
It's going to be like this all day. This is a racy facility. Drivers
All right.
side by side.
Keselowski's still trying to pass Byron. This is looking kind of like them racing before the stage end.
And these two guys, if you think back to it, Steve, in stage one, they raced each other very clean, very respectfully.
I think what you'll find out of drivers that hope to be in the playoffs, I know Brad isn't there now, but there's this level of respect for a big majority of the race. Now that goes out the window when the checker flags flies as the fans want it to. But early on, you're like, there's no reason.
Keselowski's still trying to pass Byron, trying to run him up the track a little bit.
As I say that, Brad, you make me look like a fool because you've run him into the old part of the racetrack.
He's ready to push and lead.
Yeah, but maybe that's the difference between a guy that's not in the playoffs versus a guy that is, right? Brad.
And Larson just got past Cindric.
More that desperation. Brad knows he only has 4 more weeks, and you pointed out his point deficit. It's going to take a win.
Yeah. And look, we can talk about points because every position.
Wow, he's racing really aggressive with Byron.
Is it going to be enough for the
That's going to let Larson into
3 races. Here comes Kyle Larson.
the picture.
That HendrickCars.com Chevrolet in that iconic scheme has arrived on the scene.
I laughed because Brad instantly went like, oh, no, I'm going to go right to defense. He ran a lane lower purely to block the 5 car. Oh, these drivers are just
It was great.
so aggressive.
It was great driving by Brad trying to get by William because he had William right on the edge of the new asphalt. Had he been pushed him 2 feet higher, it would have put William out of the new asphalt and he would have lost all the grip. So Brad was aggressive with William, but he wasn't too aggressive. He didn't put him in a bad spot.
Let's talk more about the 6. Here's Marty Snyder, Marty.
Yeah, Lee, as you mentioned, came in with the lead, but restarted 6 for Brad Keselowski. I just asked the team what happened on the stop. They said it was simply slow, but there's maybe a little bit more concern about what the right front looked like when Brad Keselowski came in. Listen to this.
Just started to get to a cord there on the right front, so I'm sure that'll clean up whatever. Yeah, track was really green right there.
All right, Steve, so the right front just starting to get to cords for the stage 1 winner. Concern you at all if you're Jeremy Bolins?
Well, good news, you shouldn't have to, run on that green of a racetrack for the remaining of this race, meaning that as those tires wear, they actually kind of smear into the asphalt. Bad news, that was 70 laps. You can go 110 on fuel, so if the race falls a certain way, you might have to go further on it. That could maybe adjust your pit strategy. Maybe you come a little early. I agree, it's going to improve, but the 6 was also driving pretty good, Jeff. If you get to a situation where it gets really tight and the front tires go away, maybe you could abuse it more.
I want to give a shout out to RCR's Austin Dillon, running in 9th place at the moment, ahead of AJ Allmendinger. There's that technical alliance and allegiance between those 2 Chevrolet power teams. And so to have Austin up here in 9th, the Dinger there running 10th, this is good. This is a good showing. Let's talk more about the 3 with Kim Kuhn. Kimmy?
Yeah, and Austin felt really good in practice yesterday. When I checked in with the team to kind of find out where they unloaded, they said, Chevrolet shares a lot of information. The guy's car, Kyle Larson, was so good last year. That's kind of what they based their notes on this weekend off of, with some minute changes. But they told me they felt better this weekend about their car than they had about any car all year long. They said, we hope for at least a 10th place car, if not maybe 5th to 7th on Austin Dillon, Dave.
AJ Allmendinger running 10th, he was mentioned also with his great qualifying run. Richie Trent Owens told me, though, we need to do a little bit of work on our balance to be good for the all-day car. Right now, the driver has told him he's a little bit edgy before the pit stop.
All right, so your top 10 as they run is Chase Briscoe, Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, Carson Hosmer, Austin Cindric, Chase Elliott, Austin Dillon, and AJ Allmendinger. Austin Dillon looking good in 9th.
Ron got it loose underneath him, makes contact, puts Austin Dillon to the wall. So Austin Dillon said, hey, man. And he just looked at me and said, stop. I'm the unluckiest man in all the racing. That's exactly what he said. So when you have a day like he's having now, Steve, you've been there where things just don't go well, right? You got to put all that behind you. You got to take advantage. You can't wait for the next bad thing to happen.
That's exactly right. You have to somehow change the narrative, and that's what the 12 of Blaney just
All right,
did.
so Blaney's getting closer to Briscoe.
This guy in Iowa was lap 94.
There's 140 laps in stage 2.
See that green stopwatch?
So this is going to be a longer stage.
It'd be a point if you hold that stopwatch at the end of the race, but he did it at lap 94. And for that reason, he is running the 19. Briscoe the leader now.
Briscoe again, starting from the pole, 6th pole this year. He really has been the qualifying master. And he kind of almost looked a little bit shocked yesterday when he won the pole position. I asked his crew chief, James Small, about that, and he said when he thinks he's done well, he's kind of about at 6th or 7th, and he never expects to get the poles that he's won this year.
Hey, Kozlowski just got past Byron.
What a year it's been. First year at Joe Gibbs Racing, taking over this 19 from Martin Truex Jr. in that familiar Bass Pro Shops livery. And these two have gelled really well. Marty?
Bottom of your screen, Brad Keselowski got the pass for 3rd. Ryan Blaney trying to get the pass for the lead. He had too much chatter. Couldn't get the car to turn on that first run of the day. But he just told Jonathan Hassler a moment ago, it is much better. And the chatter is gone on this 2nd run of the day. Blaney's mom, Lisa, is from Central Iowa. So, like Ken mentioned in Countdown to Green, 80 family and friends here today. They'd love to root this young man on for a 2nd straight Iowa win. Looks pretty impressive here in stage 2.
Ryan Blaney's mom's from the Iowa area, so
Happy memories at this point.
all their family members are there rooting for Blaney right now.
He and Kyle Larson had some phenomenal battles. Ryan won stage 1, Larson won stage 2, but when the checkered flag came out, it was Ryan Blaney for Team Penske, victorious in the first ever Cup Series race at Iowa Speedway, and his dad was there to help him celebrate.
With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Premium wireless. I'm going to get 30, 30, I'm going to get 30, I'm going to get 20, 20, 20, I'm going to get 20, 20, I'm going to get 15, 15, 15.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Blaney's good here too, because not just that he won here last year, but he won at a similar track at Nashville earlier this year.
So, what kind of coffee do you drink?
The drink that gets you. That's on it. Like NASCAR, but don't know who to root for? Toyota's got you covered. This guy went from dirt track to cup cars. This new kid is all gas, no brakes. And him, just a 3-time Daytona winner, no big deal. That's just a taste of our team of legends. Now you're up to speed. Man.
When my doctor gave me Breztri for my COPD, I noticed things changed. Breztri gave me better breathing starting within 5 minutes. It also reduced flare-ups.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or
Yeah, they're still not showing side by side. That's disappointing.
Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsening breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue.
See if Keselowski can chase down Ryan Blaney.
The nation has come to Earth. The series finale has landed. I will save humanity.
Probably going to have pit stops go on as well.
Series finale of Resident Alien. Friday at 10 on USA and Sci-Fi. Stream from the beginning on Peacock.
Young contenders. Familiar faces have gutted through the season this fall. Their reward? A postseason tougher than ever. Unbelievable! The FedEx Cup playoffs live on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
What great close racing this Iowa Corn 350 powered by ethanol has given us so far over the first 105 laps. Chase Briscoe continues to lead Ryan Blaney, the defending race winner, as we take a look at the Xfinity fastest lap in this race so far.
So far is the great word, right? At 94, Byron was earlier. Brad K was at lap 14, and I just
Yeah, Blaney's got the fastest lap right now.
The track picked up, and even it seems like the last 3 or 4 races, it's been set at nearly the last lap of the race, right? We get a late caution to put tires on. These guys always find just a little bit.
Top 10 still about the same. Allmendinger just moved up to 10th. But Blaney's getting closer and closer to Chase Briscoe. They're going to battle soon.
Fifth straight race that Chase Briscoe has led. And when you go to a new organization, there can be a settling period, but he kind of slipped into the JGR group like he was just meant to be there, Marty.
Meanwhile, further back in the pack, Tyler Reddick has been stuck outside the top 20 this entire day. Stevie had a brake shake on the first run, and it's gotten worse on run 2. Listen to the radio.
I can't even see where my race car is going. The shaking is so bad. Goes right from
Yeah, Reddick's not having a good time with his car right now. Point about vibrations. Or brake shake, that's what it is.
What can Billy Scott do to fix that for Tyler Reddick?
So remember, 2311 had some brake issues back in Pocono of really not having heavy-duty enough rotors. I think they were running too hot. They had to make some changes. It sounds to me like this issue is the exact opposite. You know, Jeff, you talk about how this is an odd racetrack. It's a little like Richmond, which is where you step on the brake, but you don't jam on the brake like you would at, say, Martinsville, or even a Loud, where you could brake in a straight line. Because of these curved entries, where the 45 is right here, you kind of have to lightly apply the brake so you don't get them hot enough. So the material actually comes off the pad, it sticks to the rotor, and it just pulses. And I will tell you, it's not just annoying and frustrating. If the car is shaking, it's taking grip and potential speed out of this race car. So, Marty, to answer your question, well, look, yeah, there's two really small openings. You see the circles, 2 3-inch circles on the front of that 45. I think they need to add a little bit of tape. Easier said than done.
The thing that scares me if I'm driving that 45 car is he said for black 1.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, if it's shaking for black 1 of the start of the race.
Yeah, Blaney is getting closer and closer.
Well, okay, fixed. I don't know.
So maybe to that point, the other thing is these rotors float. There's actually a little play the way they're mounted. Maybe one of those could have hung up and it's just out of balance. It's going to shake all day. Then you don't want to add tape. That's such a good idea, Jeff, until you brought that up. I'm not exactly sure. But that's why we look on these pit boxes with the engineers. That's the type of discussion.
Yeah, Blaney kind of had the same issue as what Kozlowski had earlier with Byron. Got into the dirty air of Chase Briscoe, and he cannot make a pass.
I don't know what to do. Like, they feel the pedal is ball. I don't know whether they're not cool enough or what. So I'm trying more stuff. Just getting worse.
Byron complaining about his brakes too. We got a lot of drivers complaining about their brakes.
Going long, reduced brake power. Typically, that means an overheating instance. He talked about the tools inside the race car that he's going to try to use. So, what are those again that he has behind the wheel that he can hopefully try and alleviate some of that brake pedal going long?
Well, so I agree with you, Kim, that usually when the brake pedal gets long, it just simply means when the driver presses on it, it's not pushing back hard enough and it kind of squishes like a sponge. Jeff, being loose in, you want to add front brake, remove rear. It helps balance, but it's easy to overheat the front. So that really takes away some of his balance. You know, if he needs to kind of put rear brake in it to help the long pedal, that could hurt the handle.
These are hydraulic brake systems, right? And when you have a long pedal, it's because the fluid is not doing its job. So is it gotten hot?
Right.
It's actually baking.
Yeah, who won the Hungarian GP earlier?
You got no brake pressure. You got no brake pedal pressure. And the only way to really fix that, if it isn't just a heating issue, is to actually bleed the brakes, get the air out of them. Well, you can't do that during race. That's not going to happen. So
Norris won.
This may just be a problem they have to deal with all day.
This battle right here at the bottom between Bell and last week's winner, Bubba Wallace, and then 23.
What an awesome performance that was. To get the Brickyard 400 win, to get into the playoffs, doesn't have to be in that situation that he's been in too many times. By his own words, just always living life on the bubble and missing out and having to be a spectator of the playoffs, so to speak. Not this year. That 2311 driver is in and can focus that so that this today and the next 3 rounds looks very different because you've got your eyes firmly on the playoffs and setting up for those final 10 races of the year.
And I mentioned earlier that in stage 1, no pit stop required. No such luck in stage 2. Currently, this will be completing the 50th lap of the second stage, 110 on fuel. So we'll see how far these guys decide to run before they have to pit under green. I expect them to come in around lap probably 90 or 100. It'll be interesting. If I'm going to pit at the end of stage 2, I split this one kind of in the middle. If I'm going to stay out at the end of stage 2, which is a real option, I run all the way till I'm out of gas at about lap 100 or 110 of this run.
And we have run.
Yeah, Briscoe still hang on to the lead.
So far for our
on Blaney. Not really much battling so far.
Today, you're meeting for coffee. Take another. And then
And
before
we
you know
just
it,
crossed an hour
you're meeting the family.
of this watch party.
At Credit One Bank, we believe having the credit and rewards with the little moments today can lead to even bigger ones tomorrow. Earn up to 10x points on travel and 5x points on dining with the Credit One Bank Wander American Express card. Credit One Bank for what's ahead.
Skipping breakfast wasn't a big deal before.
I got you.
But now, Wendy's has bug biscuits, like the Honey Bunny Chicken Biscuit, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for a buck? Gotta be Wendy's.
They go way downtown, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound. And I need you.
That's my team out there.
If our network goes down, lives are at stake.
Our comms have to work.
Well, the mission won't.
That's why we partner with Verizon Frontline, the network that truly prioritizes first responders.
So we don't worry about getting through. And they're the most reliable 5G network in America. Out here, reliability is everything.
Extreme or routine, Verizon Frontline delivers.
The #1 network choice in public safety. Learn more. Your mission is our purpose.
I have always wanted to be a lawyer. I do know the law firm.
Used to be a taco hut.
You don't say.
This is Ruby. It's got balls.
Oh, Daddy.
Stop my dad. They're lying. That hospital killed my boy.
That's how people.
Let's look at the top 10. Yeah, Briscoe's still ahead.
Are you curious about what's going on here? Well, my nipples are hard. The Waymaker, the new series premieres August 15th.
Yeah, not really much position changes right now. This is a longer run.
Chase Briscoe has racked up 53 laps at the head of this field. The pole sitter just continues to dominate. He's handled, he's sustained that pressure from Ryan.
But
Blaney.
Briscoe is about to reach lap traffic, so the racing may change here.
On the radio about brakes, some investigative reporting here while we were away at break. We took a better shot of both the 24 and the 45. Let's talk about the 45 to begin with. Look at the opening on the right front. A lot of open on that top hose. He's talking about shaking. So it would say they need to cool their brakes less, add some tape. Compare that to the 24. It's a little different because he has a little bit of opening top and bottom. What's really impressive is look at the difference over here. I mean, look how closed up both guys have the left front. So we talk a lot about front to rear. Both of these drivers feel they're not, not a lot of temperature in the left front brake. It's more in the right front. But when I talk about adding tape, I don't mean inches. I mean, that's like small little fractions of an inch. So that's the concern I would have as a crew chief. You add tape. If I only want to cover a half inch more, how precise can you be on a pit stop? I can't have you just slap a piece of tape on there and cover that entire hole.
The battle's all the way around the racetrack. Once again,
Yeah, Briscoe's having to get through lap traffic. He's having to pass Bryson again.
trying to stay in the lead lap. That's going to draw Blaney right in.
Wow, contact.
Blaney trying to get
Now Blaney's closer. And Kozlowski's about to be in the mix as well.
This is shades of stage one all over again when it was William Byron on the back of Noah Gregson looking for a way through with Keselowski all over.
Oh, Blaney got really loose. And that gives Kozlowski a position for second. Looks like Blaney's car's okay. He just did not have a good corner there.
By maybe 3 feet. And the second he did it, the back of the car didn't have grip. These cars are very difficult to drive.
Look, we can. Steve and I get spoiled by Jeff, where he takes us for early morning rides in the pace car. And the difference between that newly resurfaced, which is now more than a year old, by the way, those large patches you see at either end of the track. Steve, you were the first to comment on it. When you go off that recently resurfaced onto the older asphalt, it's crazy the difference.
It's unbelievable the difference, and I'm shocked at the difference how it appears a year later.
Wow.
It's just so difficult to point out what it used to look like. You see the three.
Kozlowski just got past that lap car too.
Last year when they repaved the corners, they were basically pitch black, and it was obvious. Now the whole place is bleached so much, it's it's hard to understand, but those sections in the corner are much smoother.
Where that fight that you just saw a glimpse of.
Yeah, I feel like if this is Keselowski's opportunity to win a race, it's this one.
Well, there it is, bottom box. This has been going on for probably 30 laps. Dylan and Elliott, and it's kind of shades of the opening stage between William Byron and Brad.
Austin Dillon having a battle with Chase Elliott.
Looking, different options, different lines, looking for a way by. Let's talk more about Elliott, the Napa machine. Here's Dave Burns.
Lead that battle for 8 has been fun to watch as you now see Bell coming up behind the two of them. They were told, the 9 driver was told about 5 laps ago that you and the 3 were the fastest on that lap. So they don't want to give it up. They know their cars are very good. Chase on his part was a little bit confused about what he thought about his car early in that first stage. He said, I was off a little bit on what I thought. I really liked it by the end. So very few changes to the 9. Still not running up front. I'm trying to hold off right now the 3 and the 20 for 8.
Tight at the front. Keselowski has caught Briscoe. And now he's like, hey, I did this in the first stage. Let's do it again in the second.
He would rather not have to. He's trying to make up for a slower pit stop, and that's okay early, but you've seen how long this is taking. 67 laps to get up to even battle for the lead. It's clear right the best car for me so far, and that's the 6 of Brad Keselowski.
And surprisingly, his teammate is the next car. Potentially go a lap down. Ryan Freese at the 60.
Yeah, Briscoe getting into that dirty air of the lap traffic. And one of the lap cars coming up is Ryan Preece in the 60, which is Brad Keselowski's teammate.
Not a good race so far, but they tend to get better.
So this is going to be in Keselowski's advantage here. We're about to reach lap 70 of stage 2. We already completed 139 laps total. 350.
If you try something that doesn't work, Blaney can take that spot.
Now Larson going to challenge Byron for 4th. And he's going to easily make that pass on Byron. But Byron's going to come back on the outside.
William Byron back to the car, wiggling, getting into the car.
Yeah, Byron's car looks like it's struggling now since it's in traffic.
If you cannot lean on the brakes and trust what the car is going to do, it is going to affect the corner entry the most. And the most difficult.
And Bubba Wallace is on pit road. First one to hit it.
23 and Bubba Wallace on pit road nearing the middle of the stage. As I talked about, if you're going to pit for sure at the end of stage 2, you would break this up in the middle. That seems to be what the 23 is going to do. The 10 of Ty Dillon is also on pit road, Marty.
Carl tonight told me we're going to take some risky strategy moves at some point in the next 4 races. So this one, a little more on the conservative side, putting stage 2 and kind of waiting on the left side there.
Yeah, a little slow on the left rear for Bubba, but they're away.
Is that going to draw more to pit road, Steve?
I like the opposite. I actually like running this fuel tank long. You can run about 85 laps before you have to wait on gas. So I would run at least 85 laps on this run. They're currently at 63 green flag laps, so I'd run probably.
Okay, my Discord's still working good.
We will see if those new tires from the 23 is just too much of a risk. 16 has now decided to jump on pit road for you, Dave.
Overshot just a little bit his mark. He's still in his box, but the crew had to adjust to that. This will cost JJ Allmendinger a little bit of time. He said the car is going very loose. He'll get 4 tires and adjustments and some of fuel.
You'll be very careful here in Iowa. While it's a relatively
Yeah, you don't want to have any mistakes on pit road or have any penalties and stuff because you can lose a lap or 2 here.
So you lose about 25 seconds on a pit stop, so call it 35 seconds if you're changing 4 tires. But the lap times are only 25 seconds, so you're for sure going a lap down. But if you're mid-pack, you could go 2 laps down. So you have to be very careful because if you rejoin 2 laps down, somebody blows a tire.
Chase Elliott just got passed by Austin Dillon for 8th, and now he's about to lose 9th to Christopher Bell. Seems like on the long run, Chase Elliott's car is not doing as good.
A little bit ago underneath Chase Elliott, Austin Dillon made that pass, and he is driven away from Chase Elliott. Put 20 car lengths.
And Blaney is right behind Keselowski right now.
Christopher Bell, he's fast every week. He's getting by Chase Elliott. Chase's car later in this run, Steve, is starting to go away from him.
That patience that Austin Dillon employed and displayed was rewarded. It's been some 12 races since Dillon has had a top 10 result. That was way back in Texas earlier this season. So that was rewarded. Now, you've got the JGR Toyota.
William Byron's in.
Working on Ryan Preece. Here comes William Byron to pit road. And then you've got Preece's boss, Brad Keselowski, ready to put him a lap down as well. Kim standing by. William Byron's coming your way.
Yeah, we heard him talk about that long brake pedal. That wasn't the only complaint about that Chevrolet. Tight for most of that run, but then the long run as they struggle for the rear. He said we need more longevity in this car. Air pressure adjustment, torque pressure, give your tires no fuel.
And William Byron is away.
This is going to be an interesting thing. I just
4 tires and fuel for him.
1 or 2 cars at a time is going to get these guys off their game. You see Briscoe staying on the racetrack. I really think they're going to continue to run. You know, the 24 is running 5th. I don't think that's enough for Briscoe to kind of jump off his strategy. I think they're looking ahead. Run long here, and then you may not even have to pit at the end of this stage. It sounds crazy, but minimal time on pit road has been the signature of race wins, especially for Briscoe. Remember the mistake they made at Pocono? They actually left before the car was even full of gas, but then he could save gas to get to the win.
Keselowski almost out of the groove. Trying to work that outside. He almost.
Yeah, now it's a 3-car battle for the lead between Briscoe, Keselowski, and Ryan Blaney.
I mean, he was on the ragged edge. Could not have been an inch higher.
Chase Briscoe has now led the most laps in this race at 75 and has a mirror full of Brad Keselowski.
Yes, Toyota versus 2 Fords for the top spot right now. So new running order now. You got Chase Briscoe, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Carson Hocevar, Austin Cindric, Austin Dillon, Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, and Justin Haley. It's your top 10. Wonder if leapfrogging would work. Maybe pit early to gain some spots.
August is full of brand new shows and episodes all month long, including premieres on Discovery, A&E, and FX. Plus, new episodes on Food Network, Freeform, and TLC. With 2 new Slingscapes, Summer Favorites, and Southern Bayou available now in your guide. Plus these channels in free preview. All this and more live and on demand on Sling.
Man, I miss it whenever they used to have the side-by-side. They still don't have that. Maybe they'll have it on later in the race, hopefully.
This October, the NBA is coming home to NBC and streaming on Peacock.
John Test still got it.
The Iowa Corn 350 powered by ethanol continues here at Iowa Speedway. We're about half an hour east of downtown Des Moines, and this fight continues. Look at the 12 of Ryan Blaney. He's ready to repay the favor on Brad Keselowski from what he did a little earlier. Here's Marty Snyder.
Yeah, battles on the track, pit stops here on pit road as this long green flag cycle continues. Carson Hocevar, his car way too free, Cam.
Hey, Hocevar and Larson are in.
When these teams have decided this is kind of
Okay, Briscoe, the leader's finally in.
You shouldn't have to wait on gas, kid.
As we see the leader, Chase Briscoe, making his stop. Remember, he has that first box. He said 2 loops on entry, but getting tight and dirty here. He said, if we can't fix that, it's going to be very hard to pass. And they put those fresh sticker tires on. It takes no fuel.
It was subpar performances earlier in the year from the 19 crew, but I tell you what, they have executed 2 beautiful stops today. They are getting better the longer the season goes on.
Pit stops are the utmost importance. Kill.
Okay, Justin Haley's in. Kozlowski and Blaney are still out there. So is Austin Cindric. So the Fords are running long, it seems like.
Chase Elliott on pit road now, lost positions 8 and 9 to Dillon and Bell. Slight adjustment here.
Okay, Chase Elliott just pitted. I wonder what's the strategy of the ones in front staying out longer.
Waiting on these guys at the front. 52 to go in stage 2. These guys being Keselowski and Blaney. Cindric is staying with them.
Meaning thing with an Iowa tires got to make a difference.
So many different ways to kind of chop this race up. Dave.
And the 22 Joey Logano was on pit road.
But you also could have a chance of caution comes out.
He was pretty optimistic today, but he has gone nowhere. Being logged in the back of the pack. On that run, he said it was a little bit of losing lateral on it. The tires can't use the horsepower with Joey's comments.
Started 14th today. The reigning Cup Series champion, and that's where he kind of just existed for pretty much all day in the teens.
I wouldn't give up on him just yet. Never count them out. Championship driver, championship crew chief.
The cars that have pitted. Remember, the first one we saw on pit road was William Byron, and then we saw the 19 at Briscoe. So there's Briscoe, but up the road a little bit is the 24 Byron. So of cars that can make it to the finish, Byron is leading theoretically the race. We still have to see a bunch of guys pit where they cycle out, but Byron was 3.3 seconds back when he pitted. That early pit stop, fresher tires has allowed him to leapfrog the 19.
Nice. Good work from Hendrick Motorsports, driver of the 24.
Yeah, so Byron was able to leapfrog Chase Briscoe there.
Late in the race.
Here's an example of new tires versus old tires. The 71 of Michael McDowell on much fresher tires, able to easily get by the leader.
Very important because he was that 2-lap down.
Christopher Bell's now in.
That would have been a bad time for yellow for McDowell, Dave.
Christopher Bell on the last stop needed a little grip late exit. We knew that. Slight adjustment here because the 20 was actually picking up places.
They're still not coming in the pit yet.
And Christopher Bell was following the lead of Austin Dillon on their way by Chase Elliott. So the Ring Camry leaves its pit box. We go back to the front. Keselowski, Blaney, Cindric. When are we going to see this lead trio come in?
A long time from now, I believe. I think they're going to run these things until they need gas. So I would say another 25 laps at this point, unless they just feel like it potentially wear a tire all the way through, Marty.
It's crazy. You don't normally see a green flag cycle be this long. Remember, Bubba Wallace started this green flag cycle at lap 139. Here we are way later in the run at lap 165, and Ross Chastain hits pit road.
So they're saying that Keselowski and Blaney could stay out for another 25 laps.
Making the call to bring him down. When this Keselowski, Blaney, Cindric, all these guys make their move to pit road, still on the track.
I don't know. This might help them.
Several drivers ago, we showed you a bottom box, bottom screen shot.
Maybe because they don't have to pit when it gets to stage 3, possibly.
For Spire Motorsports, Hocevar, the 22-year-old from Michigan, has been very quietly and effectively running in the top 10 all day. And at the time when he pitted, Jeff, he was in the top 5. So he's just been quietly existing behind where all the action's been happening in the top 2, top 3. But this has been a very productive run for Carson Hocevar.
He's been fast all year. Just lately, haven't been able to make it to the finish of a lot of races. But they have had good speed. He's learning how to be a cup driver. Young race car driver with a lot of promise.
So your top 10 as they run, you got Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, Austin Cindric, Ty Gibbs, Josh Berry, Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Shane Van Gisbergen, Eric Jones, and Alex Bowman, your top 10. Some of them are running long, hoping for caution, and some of them are doing it based off of strategy.
42 to go in stage 2 here in Iowa. And there's been some separation there. Keselowski has been able to put some other cars in between he and Ryan Blaney.
Denny Hamlin in that 11 car, he was way up the racetrack the lap before in 1 and 2, lost several spots. Let's go back and see what happened. Gets in the corner, Out of the groove.
Oh, caution. Shane Van Gisbergen
SVG has
is around.
and this is going to be a big switch in all the strategy moves. This is what the advantage is of running long at racetracks where you can. Kozlowski, Blaney, Cindric, Gibbs, all the drivers on the racetrack are loving this yellow. Unfortunately, SVG not loving it. Heavy damage to the 88.
He wanted a caution. He just didn't want to be in it.
Yeah, running engaged with the cycle. Let's see. Loose on entry would be my guess. Yes, sir.
Yeah. SVG just got loose and spun around. He was running okay.
That's been the trouble spot. Just a few laps before, Denny Hamlin almost did it.
This is just, you heard Marty talking about it's rare that you see this big wave of pit stops, but the lack of tire fall off, the length of the track really opened up this opportunity to run long. William Byron will get the free pass, but then a whole bunch of cars will take a wave around. But remember, it's going to be lead lap cars, then lap down cars, then the free pass car, and then the wave round cars. So while you may get your lap back, you're going to give up all your track position.
It's a big advantage for some teams that were struggling a little bit. Reddick talked about struggling. Jones didn't have the speed he had yesterday. Bowman, he had the pit road penalty. Busch, he actually got a lap down and got it back early.
He was making good progress after that.
Suarez, Busher, Custer, Priest, all of those. This is a big break for him.
Yeah. So remember that McDowell getting back from 2 laps down to 1 lap down?
Yeah, so the ones that stayed out, this is going to help him like Kyle Busch.
So first caution.
That was having a fight to stay on the lead lap earlier.
Of this Iowa Corn 350 powered by ethanol. So now all the leaders will enter pit road. Everyone you see on the left side, 73 laps on their tires. They'll all come to pit road for Kozlowski.
Yeah, so William Byron will get the free pass.
So far, so good for the driver of the 6. Brad Keselowski answering the challenge of a win is needed to get himself in the playoffs. And he has been at the front of this race, either leading or top 3 for the majority of this Iowa Corn 350.
They cannot have pit stops like they did on the first stop. Cannot give up that many stops.
11.3 seconds.
Cannot give it up.
Here's the RFK crew. Up against Team Penske. Let's go.
A gap from the cars. That should help the 6 and the 12 maintain their position. Just lap down cars in between.
Coming your way, Marty.
Okay, let's see. Blaney, Kozlowski, and others are in.
Way too free at the end of the run. I need more stability on entry and exit. Jeff mentioned that Brad Keselowski's crew lost him 4 spots on the last caution flag. We'll see what they can do here. He said it fired off tighter, but at the end of the run, way too free again.
Blaney got ahead of Kozlowski there.
Austin Cindric, they said just a little bit too free on that. He said it was better on the long run as they take the sticker tires and fuel.
See Austin Cindric go by your screen there, but left to right on your
Now,
screen.
Cindric, Gibbs, Josh Berry, Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Eric Jones, Daniel Suarez. They cut off from the 10th guy.
Unfortunately for Shane Van Gisbergen and the driver of the Red Bull Chevrolet for Trackhouse.
That might have been just the top 10.
Of this portion.
All-American Club combo, extra jalapeno.
I mean, it says William Byron's the leader, but doesn't he have to go to the back since he was the first car 1 lap down, I believe?
Hey, Shooter, I love your cup. Actually, me and I have a good one.
Shut up. Limo Limo at your service. Here to help you save hundreds by customizing your car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Probably should have gone the other way. Only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Let the show begin here.
What's next stop? Here we come to dominate. Don't stop now. They don't get no better than this. Let's go.
All right, so who's going to be a leader? I think. Oh, yeah, Byron. They just said Byron's back, so it's going to be Blaney, Keselowski, Austin Cindric. 1, 2, 3. Ty Gibbs, Josh Berry, Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Eric Jones, Daniel Suarez, Cole Custer. You got Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, 11th and 12th.
That hospital killed my boy. That is how people would go against the biggest friend on the state. So it ends at a loss for you. Aren't you curious about what's going on here? Well, my nipples are.
Not a big strategy, but staying out helped them.
August 15th on USA.
NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.
People dressed as corn over there in Iowa.
88, grown by Iowa corn farmers. Oh, yeah, they're getting in the spirit. In a packed house here at Iowa Speedway, just year number 2 for the NASCAR Cup Series here at this less than 1 mile oval. That has given us a pretty interesting race so far today.
All those cars you see right there are waving by the police car. So basically what happens is if they chose not to do it, the leader was scored behind them, they kind of get their lap back for free. So that includes, you see it William Byron, Larson, all these guys right here.
If not, the leader would be restarting like a 22nd on racetrack. So they send all those guys by. 19 waiver rounds, 11 of them back into the lead lap.
Remember when they used to do that?
Oh, yeah.
The leader was running like 50. My head would explode. I couldn't quite figure out where all it was supposed to be. But 19 waiver rounds to your point. So now let's get all choose up. Let's find Byron. He's going to be the free pass, which is going to kind of be in the middle of the pack. Good break for Byron because he now has fresh tires and full of fuel. And then behind him are the waiver rounds. So a lot to go on. What you need to know, though, is there's going to be 34 to go to win the stage. Blaney took control on pit road. There's Byron right there. And you think he's way in the back until you see all the cars behind him.
There were several issues on pit road. Let's show you what went down on that latest round of stops.
Kyle Busch blocks in the 48. Kyle right rear hanging out, which is legal. I would have loved if I was the 48, then he would have been a little further in his box. But hey, Kyle Busch did everything he was allowed to do.
Maybe he feels like the 48 got too deep in his box, or didn't allow him to get where he needed to get.
I don't know, but I'm going to keep an eye on
Now to watch this as we come back.
All right, green flags back in the air.
Let's go. Ryan Blaney chose the outside on the choose, and
Keselowski's trying to stay strong on the bottom.
In that bright yellow Menards.
Oh, he's going to get a big run on Ryan Blaney.
This is Josh Berry. What a relief for Tyler Reddick in that McDonald's 2311 Toyota. It's been a tough day so far. He gets a little relief, and he's there running in the top 8.
Several drivers that were running mid-pack that we weren't really talking about before. Josh Berry.
And Keselowski's really going to battle Ryan Blaney here.
Suarez.
Reddick there in 7th. He's hated his car all day. Says he has brake shake. He's down middle 3 wide right there with the 43. That was
Keselowski gets on the corner panel of Blaney right there.
3 wide battle. Look at Jones.
Still side by side.
This is going to be uncomfortable.
The orange car is Daniel Suarez. Here comes the 48. Ally Chevy of Alex Bowman. He's been able to clear himself from Kyle Busch, or has he? Kyle's down on the low line. Reddick gets kind of hung up there. Here they come. They're swamping him. And problems for the 11 of Denny Hamlin.
Kyle Busch making it 3 wide on the bottom.
Yeah, Hamlin, something happened to him. That really clogged up the middle of the pack over there.
It's happening everywhere here at Iowa Speedway. Ryan Priest now comes back up into the mix.
Keselowski trying to run to that corner panel. Ryan Blaney trying to rough him up. And there's a caution. Cody Ware.
All right, who was leading the 6 of the 12 when the caution came?
Clearly Blaney was leading.
Cody Ware spinning down the front straightaway.
We went all that time with no caution other than the stage break. And now we've had 2 in quick succession.
The 12 was leading when the caution came out.
So that means free pass goes to Ross Chastain in 28th.
This is an opportunity for a lot of those wave around cars now to kind of play the game of leapfrog. So I do think we're going to see some cars pit on the back half of the lead lap.
this be something if Ryan Blaney could go back-to-back here at Iowa Speedway. Long way to go, though, running at lap 181 of 350.
Pick up the drivers that caution cycle really helped. You have Bowman, who was caught speeding. He's all the way back up to 9th. Kyle Busch in that backup car was a lap down earlier, got the free pass. Both of them were on the right side, so with the scoring grid on the left side, you see they're running 9th and 10th. Really nice work by both those teams taking advantage.
But the driver of this Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen Chevy, Kyle Busch, even before that caution, was making really good progress.
Yeah, he made up a bunch of slots, struggled early. This is what happened. You see Cody Ware in the back of the pack. On the front straightaway, he had trouble.
Yeah, Cody Ware just went straight up for a spin there.
Late. A single guard incident.
I think the front group is going to stay out. Stage is too close. Tires don't really matter. That's what I'm thinking. That's Randall Burnett. I think what he's saying is correct, which is pit now, take tires and fuel, and in 20-something laps, you stay on the racetrack. Because you're in a position to only stop one more time. Now, the challenge is, does Blaney and Keselowski think they can stay out at the stage end? Because remember, they pitted under the last yellow. So it's going to be a very mixed up.
Okay, who's going to pit here?
Front 10 are probably going to stay out and build down. Who's the first guy to jump to this other strategy? No takers. See, they think all the leaders are going to do it. There you go. Briscoe, all the cars.
Chase Briscoe, Kyle Larson, and Chase Elliott. Those ones in the back are going to pit.
Dave Burns is there, Dave.
In the 9 pit, Chase Elliott said, I'm not scared to lose the positions now. If this is what you think is the right move, Alan Gustafson, let's come in. I am not afraid. They did it. 4 tires, Jim.
Yeah, when this caution first came out, Cliff Daniels, crew chief for Kyle Larson, said, I'm debating on pitting. Left it radio silent till pit road open on the last second. He said, pit. They are trying to make it on just one more spot after this. They'll take fresh tires, as well as the 19 there on the bottom of the straight of Chase Briscoe.
Three good stops from the 19 team.
Looks like Briscoe was off first,
How's it all
and Larson was second.
Started from the pole. Iowa Speedway turning it on for these Cup Series stars for the second year in a row.
Yeah, so we still got a little bit of racing left in stage 2 and then stage 3. Interesting strategy there. I doubt if Blaney, Keselowski, and Cindric are going to pit coming up to stage 2. I think they're going to stay out. But that helps the others get on their strategy, pretty much. So I think the ones behind Keselowski and Cindric, they can run longer than them.
It's just how we do it here. Get ready to rise with more shine. Introducing the all-new Sealy Posturepedic Collection, now at Ashley. Featuring precision fit coils arranged right where you need them for targeted support, night after night. Sealy at Ashley. Wake up to what's next.
Where some saw pickle, we saw a masterpiece. A Sonic Smasher with Grillo's pickles and Dilly Ranch, tangy pickle tots, and a pickle-rita slush with pickle-flavored bubbles. It's called the Big Bill Meal, and it's a work of art.
You're sick, on vacation. Now your wife is faced with going out there with them alone. But mom's having none of that. She got you a virtual visit with Amazon One Medical. And soon, meds will get delivered right to the hotel. Because no one gets out of joyful family fun. No one.
Okay, so your top 10 now is Keselowski. No, it's Blaney, Keselowski, Cindric, Josh Berry, Ty Gibbs, Eric Jones, Denny Hamlin, Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, and Daniel Suarez. So Chase Briscoe, first one off pit road in 18th. Kyle Larson, behind him in 19th. They're all on different strategies.
Denny Hamlin, with thanks to Bob's Discount Furniture and this Toyota Camry. Look at how much Denny had his hands full right before the Cody Ware caution.
Yeah, the cars are just They're just very difficult to drive. This racetrack's been a challenge all weekend. And remember, that was on fresh tires.
Yeah.
That was on just most grip you're going to have all day long right there.
All right, let's get going. Let's get ready to go. Let's get ready to resume.
Okay, Keselowski and Blaney, side by side. 3 flags back in the air.
He's been in the mix. Josh Berry on that second row.
They're about even.
His teammate Ty Gibbs back to action here in Iowa. Keselowski
Keselowski trying to drive it deep down as hard as he can. He's going to stay side by side with Blaney on his quarter panel right there. You know, Blaney wants another one in Iowa, and Keselowski wants his first one in the season to get into the playoffs. They're both battling side by side. Battling really hard here.
What always appears as an executed pass not always comes to fruition. Case in point, in the top box, Blaney comes back.
And there goes the guys on fresher tires trying to get through the field.
Keeps trying to run Blaney up the racetrack to get the spot. Just cannot quite make it happen. Look at the chaos behind all this.
Briscoe in the middle, trying to get those tires to work.
And now Keselowski takes the lead on Ryan Blaney.
Keselowski around the 12.
Muscled his way to the front.
No one's cleared. I guess Bell's a little clear at the moment.
Updated points as they run on the left-hand side of your screen, but it's going to change a lot between now and
Manage your tires. So tire wear is a little bit of a conversation. We've seen some cords on pit road of some of the trike fronts. Nothing so alarming as we go on board with lost Toyota onboard camera. But it's something to keep in the back of your mind because the way this race is playing out, I think some teams are going to stay out and try to stretch a set of tires. So, you know, wear is never an issue until instantly it is. Yeah, that's kind of what happens, right?
Kyle Busch on Denny Hamlin. This is for 8th.
Kyle's car is better than it was at the start of the race. There is no doubt, but it's still not exactly what he needs.
What a day. What a comeback by that Cheddar's number 8 for Richard Childress Racing.
All right, so your top 10 as they run. There's Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, Austin Cindric, Josh Berry, Ty Gibbs, Alex Bowman, Eric Jones, Kyle Busch, Ryan Preece, and Tyler Reddick. William Byron's running in 11th. And the first guy on the freshest tires, I believe, is Austin Dillon in 14th.
It's just how it is today. Just, the racing is ultra aggressive.
There is terrific racing everywhere. In the packing, they're at the front, mid-pack, in the top 10, in the teens, it's everywhere. Preece almost coming into contact with Denny Hamlin.
Oh no, that 3 wide on the bottom left. I thought Denny was thinking 3 wide. Now he's driven the thing almost up out of the groove. He's going to lose a spot to the 24 Byron.
He is just not comfortable with his race car.
No, he sounded that way.
Yeah, it's a chaos in the middle of the pack right now. A bunch of people side by side. Keselowski's got a big gap on Blaney right now.
Discount Furniture, Toyota Camry, and Denny Hamlin. That's Suarez that you're looking at. Denny's currently in 12th. Marty talked more about Hamlin.
Yeah, DJ mentioned how the drivers have their hands full and count down the green. It's been a rough weekend here in Iowa. And Denny Hamlin would echo, yes, it is edgy behind the wheel. Listen to the radio.
It's definitely better. Rear grip is 100% better. Still just shattering like crazy.
Yeah, Jeff, I've never heard so many drivers just talk about how sketchy and on edge they are. And Denny Hamlin proves that on almost every run, losing spots at the beginning of the run. As you mentioned, when in theory you should have the most grip.
A lot of drivers talking about chattering. And what that means is the tires actually bouncing across the racetrack. And when it's the right rear chattering, it is out of control. Imagine driving on ice. Back of the car is always trying to spin out. The problem is these guys are doing it about 160 miles an hour.
I wasn't expecting the second half of the radio to be 100% better. after the first half of the radio. That just tells you how much work these guys are putting in. Austin Dillon and 3 cars currently leading the lap 182 brigade. Kind of split strategies, 10 laps pressure on fuel and tires. Not a huge advantage. It's just worth pointing out because he is the front of that strategy, currently running 14th. Dave, what you got?
Well, at the back of the 172 strategy is the orange car of Daniel Suarez of the 99. Just checked in with his bunch. He's been pretty happy with the car most of the day, but of course, that strategy getting him where he is now, they don't want to keep that track position. And if it's any indication, remember how good the 3 has been, the 99's running right with him.
That's a really great point, Dave. Jim, the Get Bioethanol number 3 for Austin Dillon. He's proven time and again that if he just keeps chipping away, he can.
Yeah, Austin Dillon, the leader on that strategy where they all pitted the last caution. Trying to clear Suarez right here.
Publicly made it clear on the radio toward the end of a race, we have got to make these race cars better. It's not a race car driver problem, it's a car problem. And they have brought better race cars to the racetrack.
You know, I heard a bunch of people discussing it and writing articles about
And Dillon just got past Suarez there.
because he knows everyone is listening. Yeah, that's a cap. Like RC is just a grinder. He has a strategy to everything he does. It seems like there's a decent response right here. What is he at? Pushing 8th, Dillon in 13th.
It helps when you have really strong feelings about a track, and there's lots of positive feelings for Austin Dillon here because he's been coming here for years. He won in trucks here. He raced ARCA. He raced Xfinity Series. Spoke about that. He raced Xfinity as recently as yesterday. So positive vibes, and that's going through to what's happening. There's Richard Childress. There's his grandfather.
Hey, a guy wants to win. He's dedicated his whole life to winning races at the Cup level. And if you think about Richard Childress, many of his counterparts that he raced against as car owners, they're not here anymore. He has found a way to make it and to continue to make stuff happen no matter what changes happen in the sport. You said it, he's a grinder, he's a fighter. And he likes his drivers to be that way as well.
Let's have a look at the restart with a focus on the drivers of the 9 and the 5. Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson.
Well, the 9 makes a pretty wide middle. They get door to door.
For teammates. See why? The middle open.
See, Elliott was trying to make a 3 wide on Briscoe, and Larson got into Larson a little bit. That's why they lost a couple spots.
That's aggressive. That could have got ugly. It was ugly.
And caution out for Ty Dillon.
We've been heaping praise on his brother for what has happened to the Seabest number 10.
Big damage to the left rear. Brad Keselowski had stretched the lead out to over 2 seconds. He also ran the fastest lap of the race about 6 laps ago. So that 6 car is proven to be as fast as we all thought it might look early. Let's see what happens on the outside of 30.
No, honestly, I'd stay out if I were the front.
Todd got loose, yeah.
Yeah, Todd Gilliland got into Ty Dillon by getting loose, and that made Ty Dillon get into the wall.
Ty Dillon paid the price.
Ty Dillon's not going to care if Gilliland got loose. All he knows is he drove in there, leaving the guy who was left a full lane. He was around backwards.
It's a great shot of it right here. See right there, the car transitions through the bumps. And Todd just could never turn it and get it to the bottom.
Ty Dillon, wrong place, wrong time. He told me yesterday how much he has enjoyed this 2025 Cup season, being back full-time in Cup, having commercial partners who are enjoying their time being associated with him. Had a big smile on his face yesterday. That smile won't be there right now. That's frustrating.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
Ty stepped it up this year. He's done it. He's had his best year in Cup.
Yeah.
He really has. He's done a really nice job. Everybody in college could be proud of what he's done. Don't know. I'm assuming he's going to be back in this car next year. A lot of unknowns. What's going on throughout the field, but I think he's earned it.
Oh, what's up, Jader? Good news for you. Austin Dillon is the leader on a different strategy right now. So whenever Keselowski and all those other drivers pit, he'll be in the lead.
We want to be a part of this organization. Right? Colin Racing has improved enough that
Right now, Keselowski and Blaney are in the lead, and I don't think they're going to pit at stage end. I'd be surprised if they do.
This will be interesting with 5 to go. Pit road should be open this time, I imagine. So we probably will see a couple lap sprint to the finish. But the problem is staying out and winning the stage might be costly in the long run for strategy. I see a lot of mixed calls on pit road. I see a lot of stressful crew chief faces and a lot of pit crews stretching and warming up. I think the 6 stays out. I think he's committed.
Yeah, Keselowski, Blaney, others stay out.
A whole lot stuck with him.
William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Daniel Suarez pit.
Let's ride with him, and here is Denny's view. Bubba Wallace coming back in.
So ones
Hocevar
that are behind the leaders are pitting.
Marty standing by, coming your way, mate.
Pitting here with 4 to go. Obviously, they won't pit at the end of the stage, but it gets them more in line with the others who pitted before. Hamilton, the car just still way too free.
William Byron there on the left hand of your screen. There was some debate on whether
All right,
to come
so
out or stay out. Ultimately, Byron made the decision. He felt like tires could be worth something. That was asking.
that's interesting. Hamlin, Byron, the other ones pit after that. Because that means you're going to have, I think, once after Keselowski and Blaney pit, that's going to have Austin Dillon as the leader.
Dramatically different second stage to stage 1. Just that smooth, rhythmic opening
So, yeah.
stage. Good racing, no cautions.
And they're definitely,
Very much a stop.
and Byron and them are going to have fresher tires too, so Byron's probably going to be in the lead. After that, I don't know. This is kind of like Indianapolis. Not really much on fuel, but drivers just pitting at different laps, different strategies could win, potentially.
For that reason, we're going to come to the choose right here with 3 to go, take the green with 2 to go. If they wouldn't have done that, we'd have run around for 5 more laps and finished this stage. Little small things by race control to try to get us back racing. Does make pit road clogged at times. That was a good time, though, with very few cars.
I think we're probably going to have like a lap or two shootout to stage 2. As Keselowski's picking the outside and Blaney's picking the inside. So we're going to have 2 laps to go to the end of stage 2.
See what difference this brings between these two guys who have seen a lot of each other in this race. Ty Gibbs tucked in behind. Cindric.
I will say the racing at Iowa has been a lot better than it has been with most of the short tracks this year.
And Kyle Busch riding behind Alex Bowman up to the
Actually entertaining.
Pit road. Kind of frustration with each other.
Well, we know how important track position is, and I know some fans at home may be thinking, hey, why would you put yourself in jeopardy to try to win a stage? But it's about keeping track position, not just winning the stage. You can lose it on the track, it's the same as losing it on pit road, right? So you have got to be aggressive.
I think we've been remiss to give Eric Jones maybe enough credit. He's having a good run in that.
All right, so pace cars in.
So let's see what the end of this stage produces for him, because Eric's running.
Here we go. 2 laps to go in stage 2.
Let's go back racing. Here we go. 2 to go, stage 2. Let's finish it off.
Okay, restart like Keselowski. Larson almost got wrecked by Briscoe right there. Wow. A lot of people being aggressive. Keselowski's to the lead. And Kyle Busch trying to make some positions here. Now he's side by side with Ty Gibbs, and there's 1 to go in stage 2.
1 lap to go in this stage.
Keselowski, Blaney, 1-2. Cindric's 3rd. Everybody else is battling for position. Hocevar going around. They going to throw the caution here?
Still under green.
They're leaving it green. If there's only 1 lap left. And Keselowski is going to win stage 2.
He sweeps the stages so far today, does Brett Keselowski.
So that's Blaney, Cindric, Ty Gibbs, Kyle Busch, Josh Berry, Alex Bowman, Eric Jones, Brian Reese, and Austin Dillon in 10th, getting a stage point.
It has been a long time since Brad Keselowski has
Not a lot of damage on Hocevar.
6 years, in fact. So what a productive day.
So Keselowski just got his first 2 stage wins this year in the same race. So he just won stage 2.
What happened to Hurricane Hocevar? Look bottom of your screen. Top side. 3 wide.
I see. John Nemechek made contact with Hocevar, and that's what made him spin.
Yeah, there it is right there.
As closing laps of the stage, emblematic of the stage.
Look at that hottie. The Takis Fuego Mill.
Yeah, Kyle Busch looked good on that restart. Who knows? We may get a Keselowski versus Busch battle.
You're welcome. And new Takis fans.
That'd be entertaining.
For an intense new take on Takis, gotta be Wendy's.
I'm gonna go grab me some water and a snack real quick. I'll be right back. Real quick.
We represent people at the worst day of their lives.
Let us help you.
We need to drop this case.
We're going to kiss the base front instead. We do not surrender. Big mistake.
Johnny Ray Black was murdered. They knew about it. They covered it up.
If you want to screw the people who screwed our client, what are you willing to do? To be a rainmaker.
The Rainmaker, a new series premieres August 15th on USA.
This October, the NBA is coming home to NBC and streaming on Peacock.
John Test still got it.
Brace yourself for something fuel-nominal. Unleaded 88 is cheaper, cleaner, and greener than regular unleaded, plus it's grown by farmers. So, pump it up with unleaded 88s. We are in the stage break after the second stage. But watch this, and watch how wild this got, especially with Kyle Larson contacting his teammate Chase Elliott. Look how sideways Larson gets.
You know, all those wrecked. I cannot believe he saved that race car. Needed to chase Briscoe.
This is awesome right here. I mean, wrecked again, saved it somehow. Pit road is open, 48 the first taker. I think all the leaders, I think the whole field has decided that this is going to be a one-stop race from here. Makes sense in my mind, Dave.
Coming back from a speeding penalty earlier and getting a little hand gesture from Kyle Busch with a little near contact on pit road. Alex Bowman still in the game to make the playoffs. They just need a solid run two there with these last four races.
The problem is, if we widen the camera out a little bit, you're going to see him and John Hunter Nemechek all by their lonesome. And what I mean by that is this new world of NASCAR, this new just factor of not a lot of tire grip going away. It is purely a fuel game. It wasn't Pocono. It wasn't Indy. It is at Iowa. And popular or unpopular, that is the current situation. There are 29 cars on the lead lap and 2 cars pitted. Everyone else is on board with one stop from here.
These guys have had to be pretty gritty today on this short track experience in Iowa. But who's going to be the tough one when it comes to the checkered flag?
COPD is an ugly reality. I watch as this world just keeps getting smaller. But then, Trelegy helped us see things a little differently. With 3 medicines in 1 inhaler, Trelegy keeps airways open for a full 24 hours and prevents future flare-ups. Once daily Trelegy also improves lung function, so he can breathe more freely all day and night.
Trelegy won't replace the rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about once daily Trelegy for COPD, because breathing should be beautiful. all day and night.
An all-American club combo, extra jalapeno, cheeto likes out.
For just $1 more, you can make it a Happy Gilmore meal and get a collectible cup.
Gilmore with his own meal deal? Hey, Shooter, I love your cup. Actually made a Happy Gilmore meal. Shut up.
Fuel that's cheaper, greener, and homegrown. Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. What a beautiful shot of Iowa Speedway. You're watching the Iowa Quad 350, powered by ethanol. Powerball and the Iowa Lottery have teamed up here in the Heartland to give lottery players the ultimate NASCAR experience. From heart-pumping pace car rides to exclusive encounters with drivers like Kyle Larson, Justin Allgaier, Ross Chastain, it's more than just fun. Every $2 Powerball ticket supports programs that make your state stronger. Stay tuned. We'll announce the 16 lottery players advancing for a chance to win $1 million from Daytona on August 23rd. Yeah. So that's a great shot.
I'd still come work if you hit a big Powerball.
That's how humble you are.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, there's a great shot. And you know who has a good perspective is our Hall of Famer Dale Jarrett and Marty Snyder. Guys, on the pick box. Great spot.
Diff, bet the under on Steve showing up for work. Let me tell you.
Lightning on the golf course.
Dale Jarrett hanging out with you here. What's more impressive, DJ, the fact that Brad Keselowski came in with 0 playoff points into the day. He now has 2. Or Kyle Busch, who, yes, the same guy who was down a lap earlier on is now in the top 5.
Yeah, there's no doubt Brad Keselowski's done a great job, but what Kyle Busch and this team have gone through after yesterday, they had a fast race car yesterday. It was just a little too much on the loose side. Got away from Kyle entering turn 1 here, hard into the wall. So immediately, they're dragging the backup car out. They didn't plan on this whatsoever. So the effort that this team has made, and going to the challenge that Richard Childress presented his team, as Jeff Burton was talking about a few races ago, I believe that was Pocono, that they have to make their cars better. They went overboard in tightening that car up for him to start this race, but he did a great job of battling as hard as he could to be the first car a lap down at the end of stage 1. Got the wave around got the free pass there, and then did all the right things, made the right calls, and you can see how aggressive he has been in getting himself there to the top 5.
And I'll throw Austin Dillon into that mix as well. Diff, he's in the top 10, so a great day for RCR after a very frustrating day yesterday.
Yeah, it's been some 12 races since Austin's been in the top 10 when the checkered flag has fallen. So it's been a really great performance from him. I like what DJ said about Kyle Busch. Is this a Keselowski Blaney day? Who's going to get? What is your racing IQ and gut tell you?
Old guys rule. Brad Keselowski won championship in 2012. He wants another one badly.
See, everybody at the front, I think the 6 has absolutely the standout car. We're going to have to see green flag pit stops. You're going to have to execute. We've seen speeding on pit road, and we still have this group of cars that do have a little bit fresher tire. So I don't know if that's going to be an advantage. It hasn't seemed to be yet. If we get a long run, maybe so.
So real quick.
Okay, I'm back.
Racing, Jeff. Year 2, Iowa Speedway.
And I'm correct.
Oh, it's been great. This race.
Keselowski and Blaney stayed out.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a bad race at this racetrack. I'm a huge fan of it. Rusty Wallace, great cup driver, was part of the design of it.
All right, time to see what happens.
Really good since the day they opened it.
All right, ready to go.
Green flag's back in the air, and Keselowski's had a great restart.
As he leads the field back to green.
Ty Gibbs wants to see what he can do about that as well. The younger guy at the front, him and Cindric.
Keselowski to the lead.
That first win in that monster number 54.
Josh Berry is in the mix. He's tucked in behind Austin Cindric.
Austin Cindric, only 26 years old, so 2 young guys going at it for third.
While Kyle Busch should not have a good line on the bottom, and the ones on the top are trying to pass him. Priest and Kyle Larson. And Chase Elliott trying to make it 3 wide. Oh, wow. Chase Elliott was able to make room. Can he get it to stick on the outside? Oh, Hamlin going for a spin. Caution's out. Wow.
It had been a challenging day.
We went from having no cautions at all to like 4 or 5 cautions.
And now he's gone around.
15th place.
Here's what happened.
He starts wild. 4 wide at this racetrack. It's typically not going to work very well. Just not enough room. Contact with A.J. Allmendinger. And I think, honestly, trying to keep from spinning Allmendinger out. Almost spun himself out.
And the Dinger did a good job to keep it off the wall as well.
There was 2 of them that were going to wreck, and somehow Dinger did.
Denny just, when he made contact, Denny just turned the car back. You know, he didn't ever turn it right. In my eyes, he just was looking out for AJ there.
Good job from Michael McDowell to avoid him as well.
It was 30 cars on the lead lap. So that's a huge loss of track position from 8 speed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Marty.
Yeah, Jeff, Chris Gale just asked Denny Hamlin, is there anything you need from me so something like that wouldn't happen again? He said, no, I don't need the adjustment-wise. He said, we were just ping-ponging off of each other. So, to your point, that's what happened to Denny Hamlin, not a handling issue at all.
And it's 4 wide. Look, this track is wide. It's wide enough for 4 wide, but the groove where the newer asphalt is not wide enough for 4 wide. 3 at the most can get through there and everybody stay in the high grip area of the racetrack. As the racetrack has changed colors, it's hard to tell where the new asphalt is versus the old, but the second you get your tires in that old asphalt, you'll know it as the driver. I can promise you that.
Regardless of the color.
Yes.
Let's have a look at it again. You got Ross Chastain in that white car down to the right on the inside.
It's just contact. Just not
loose in the corner.
Yeah, there's not really much room in that corner, and that's why Hamlin went around.
To make it simple, but that's what happens.
Fortunate, no contact as far as with the wall there. Makes any damage to the 11th car.
We know all too well what a short track.
Okay, no takers so far.
Last non-top 5
I think it's Eric Jones pitting, so it's Chase Briscoe.
Coincidentally, was here a year ago.
Sorry, Jeff. I was going to say we're outside of the fuel window, but that is the norm anymore. We think they can go 115. We got to go 126. A couple yellows, you might be able to make it all the way. So this is signature Joel guy. Why would you get outside the window? That's their move all the time. But Jones pitted from all the way up inside the top 10. So I think you're seeing guys saying, hey, this might be our last pit stop. 17 of Busher has a bit of a struggle even around 77.
You just had to pause. Here's Chase Briscoe.
All right, so we got a few takers, but not really a lot.
We're going to have a bunch of cars in front of them come. They said we need to do opposite. We'll talk with James Small telling it's going to be close to his driver, so it looks like they might try and push it on fuel.
Well, let's remember, that's how Briscoe won Pocono. Now, I don't want to take away the type of car they had. They had a great car. But a miscalculation between driver, crew chief, Jack Van Fueler, the car leaves about 2 seconds short on fuel. Briscoe does an amazing job of keeping the lead while saving gas with victory lane at Pocono. We'll see if the gamble pays off here in Iowa.
One more look at how Denny Hamlin went around, and A.J. Allmendinger kicked it out of the fence.
All right, so I wonder how that's going to affect strategies and stuff. I don't think it affects it a lot. I think the caution happened too early. We're getting a lot of cautions all of a sudden.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. General yeast infections and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired, and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardiance. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Skipping breakfast wasn't a big deal before. I got you. But now, Wendy's has butter biscuits, like the Honey Bunny Chicken Biscuit, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for a buck? Gotta be Wendy's.
On Friday, I got to meet Travis Clement, whose family land supports the Iowa Speedway. Let me drive his $1 million combine, which was a little loose off the south turn, but I learned a lot more about the track's beginning in the early 2000s with his dad Stan, the city of Newton, and a Hall of Fame track designer named Rusty Wallace. It was a great reminder that the Iowa
All right, so your top 10
are inseparable, almost like being the
is Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, Austin Cindric, Josh Berry, Ty Gibbs, Ryan Preece, Chase Elliott, Austin Dillon, Kyle Busch, and Kyle Larson.
Yeah, he said, slow it down. You don't want the rear wheels to come up. That would be bad.
If you've never been to this part of the country, when you drive from downtown Des Moines out to Iowa Speedway,
I'm pretty sure it's how they pick the lanes, though.
blanket of green, there's a calming feeling to driving through the cornfields. There's nothing
Here we go. Green flags back in the air.
to racing. Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, Austin Cindric, and
Keselowski once again has another good start.
See how the restarts have gotten more aggressive, a ton of blocking
Blaney clears Cindric.
into the corner.
Look at how that comes back. That bright green number 3 for Austin Dillon. He's coming up.
Oh, look at that. Kyle Busch got loose, and Austin Dillon is now making a move. There's Larson on the outside. So it's Chase Elliott.
I love what he can do right here. Left front, right on the white line. Very few cars can
Oh, crash.
Oh, we have a car backwards.
Zane Smith in the 38.
This has been the story of the 438. Good runs that go away late. A week ago, there was contact from the 20. Now here,
Another caution.
122 to go.
Yeah, Spencer sat down with Zane Smith the other day talking to him, and he's excited about the speed of this car, but just cannot finish races as
Honestly, I think the more cautions we get, that's just going to help Keselowski and Ryan Blaney in the front.
Here's what happened. Oh, yeah, oh, who was that? Who was that? I couldn't tell. Gosh, he got really. I don't want to assign blame yet. All right, who's this car that comes in the frame right here? That's Hocevar.
It is. So small.
I felt like it was a 77, but I need to see.
Yeah, Hocevar made contact with Zane Smith right there.
Loose, much like we saw Todd Gilliland, Danny Hamlin. You know, that's not Hocevar being aggressive. That's just what we've seen. Unfortunately, Zane Smith isn't going to agree. He's chasing the car all the way up into the 38. Which call? A hurricane? Yeah, I like that. Good nickname.
I've seen this over and over all week. Loose on corner entry, and Zane is the victim.
We were on board with 11 because I know how that feels. I've seen it. I've felt it.
Done it multiple times.
Yeah. Zane was running, as Steve mentioned earlier, Zane was running so well last weekend in Indianapolis until he got tagged by Christopher Bell. I want to give a shout out to Christopher because he told our Dustin Long that immediately after the race, he went to Zane Smith's crew. They were busy loading up, but he apologized to every crew member. And he said he was super nervous because he wasn't sure how he was going to be treated by the team. But he said, I wanted to be accountable for something that I did, and I took Zane out of a good finish.
He said he was nervous he was going to get yelled at. In the back of my mind, I was thinking, that was the good option. I didn't know what option 2 was. But big decision here. I think this is that moment that every crew chief was nervous about. You're right at the fuel window. I don't see any way to hold the entire field. Everybody who comes to pit road, the guys that should stay out maybe are the ones that think tires matter or ones that were just on pit road. Split decision at the front. Brad Keselowski, I actually like this choice. Way less takers than I thought. Only 2 guys on pit road. I thought we'd see the whole field.
Right? How about the recovery for Kyle Busch here? They decide they are going to go forward in this way. The car has gotten much better. And you think about what they've done, Marty. They've turned this weekend around for Kyle so far.
According to Jeremy Bollins, they were in no man's land. That's because they did not get it full the last time for Brad Keselowski, so they were going to have to come.
Oh, so Keselowski's fitting for fuel.
So here they pit with 119 to go. They told Keselowski, we are going to be close to making it to the end of the race here, but they felt like this was their only move. The rest of the leaders who stayed out,
I don't know about that call.
About 50 more laps if they need to.
That's an interesting move.
How is this going to affect today?
You gotta hope. Now you gotta hope that it goes green all the way, because that'd help Keselowski. But now he's pitted.
It's been a fun summer, but back to school is finally here. Make sure you get a free 5G phone and real unlimited data from Straight Talk, so you can show Grandma their new sneakers. Stream the last lap of the race, and order some last-minute school supplies while the kids enjoy the last moments of summer. Switch to Straight Talk and spend less on wireless with a free 5G phone on us, on America's most reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, official partner of NASCAR. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart.
Bush guy, bold and smooth survival skills.
My watch is broken.
You can tell time by measuring the sun's distance from the horizon. Looks like happy hour. Head for the mountains.
What are you doing up there?
Oh, I'm just posting the number of visitors to the Homes.com network this month. It's become the go-to home shopping site.
Got another 14,000.
What?
Gotta go back up. Oh, 17,891.
Just hand me some commas and zeros.
Plus 7.
What?
That's sweet. 25,000 more. Any reason why you can just go with over 100 million or even a billion visits a year?
Homes.com, the place to find a place. Ashley.
Applebee's 2 for $25.
Swin?
Get 1 appetizer and 2 entrees like the new chicken parmesan fettuccine.
Choose 1 appetizer and 2 entrees. Applebee's iconic 2 for $25.
Sorry, were we in that shot? Safe that repair, safe that repair.
Sometimes things fall right into place, but other times they just fall. But at least you can get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLight.com.
Awesome.
And SafeLight can come to you for free, anytime, anywhere, and do everything you need to get back on the road. All set, here you go.
All right, I wonder how this next restart's going to play out. So I'll give Blaney the lead and Cindric in second. Both Penske cars 1-2.
Welcome to the final fight for the playoffs. More heat, more heartbreak, more chances slipping away. From Iowa to Watkins Glen, Richmond to Daytona, every lap, every pass, every point matters. Now it's time for more desperation, more determination, more drama. Only on NBC and USA. Welcome to the home stretch. Welcome to NASCAR.
Hope you're enjoying watching the Iowa Corn 350 powered by ethanol. What a day it's been here. Second time for the Cup Series here at Iowa Speedway. We're rolling round under caution after the most recent incident involving Zane Smith and Carson Hocevar. But right now, fellas, it is time for Ones to Watch, presented by Credit One Bank. What you got, Jeff?
Little tie kids. 22-year-old. The end of last year and the beginning of this year were horrible, but this team is starting to get together. Top 10s in 3 of the last 4 races. 19th in the playoff standings. They have to win if they're going to get into the playoffs. This team is ready to make it happen.
How about out of the 19 of Chase Briscoe? He's all the way back in 18th, but he was last on pit road at 224. He's the guy leading that area. I think they can stretch it on fuel. They've done it before. I think he has a good chance to get his 4th win of the season if he can stretch that fuel tank.
And I've got my eyes on the 3. The 2018 Daytona 500 winner, Austin Dillon. This
4th win this season. He's only got 2 wins.
He has been on a power.
He's only got 1 win, Chase Briscoe.
Team has seemingly turned things around because what a day it's been for Kyle Busch's teammate as well. Ready to get things going again.
We go Blaney and Cindric side by side.
Penske front row, Ryan Blaney, Austin Cindric, and the sister team of the Wood Brothers to fill the top 3 positions.
4 wide for a second.
Austin Dillon trying to make it 3 wide between Larson and Chase Elliott. Oh, really close between them.
Off to a good restart. Dillon is on that low side, inside Larson and Elliott. He's going to.
Well, Elliott kind of gets under Larson a little bit.
Right through the middle, flying off turn 4.
Power move by Chase Elliott.
Ashbury with a good restart. Up 3rd. Losing a spot now, though, for the 60 of Priest, we said it. Priest and that team, they get better as the race goes on. They almost got lapped early in the race, fighting hard for a great finish. A lot of laps left, though.
And they had to overcome that early issue of pit road speed limit. And how are they going to make that work out to avoid a penalty? And they got penalised. But what a comeback. Priest and Kyle Busch were two of the highlighted ones who were fighting to stay on the lead lap. And then the way that caution fell earlier in the race got them back in the mix, and they've taken full advantage of it.
Again, struggling right now. His car does not roll to the
Oh, battle for the lead between teammates. Blaney and Cindric.
The two Team Penske Fords going at it. How about Cindric? He's been there all day, Jeff. All day. Really consistent run from the two. And if you think back to the Brickyard 400 last week.
Oh, caution. Never mind. That's the Liberty Mutual.
Took him out. Yeah, flat tire.
Graphic.
Cindric, and then he took out
Got me excited for a second.
Absolutely in position. Look at the bottom of the speed. Logano, 3 wide with the 19 of Briscoe and the 43 of Jones for multiple laps. They get it sorted out. Keselowski right behind that 19, trying to get his track position back, chasing down guys that are on similar strategies, even though they pitted at a little different time. There's a lot going on all the way around this track.
He sure liked his view better.
Yeah,
10 minutes ago.
Sure did. I don't know how the 6 is driving currently, but not as well as it did out front.
Hey, what though? He's done a good job on this restart. He's picked up 4 spots already. Now 5 if he can get by Joey. But
hey, what are you doing up here?
That's easier said than done.
And that effort might be made a little easier with Chase Briscoe up ahead.
My dog's bombing my stream once again.
Briscoe currently in 20th. Keselowski fighting for that 21st position with Logano. Blaney's been able to clear his teammate just a little by a few car lengths. How close can Ryan Priest get? Priest has got Josh Berry, Chase Elliott, and Austin Dillon. They have enjoyed just a fabulous scrap for the majority of this Iowa Corn 350.
Chase Elliott just got past Austin Dillon right there. Oh, Eric Jones is around. Caution's out again.
Boy, it has gotten wild.
You heard the spotter of the 6 screaming save. Tells me we know the plan for the most, but unfortunate chain of events for the 43 was running 19.
Yay. That's exactly what they needed, right?
The 6?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I think they love this. I think the 19, the 6, they love this situation because this probably gets them into the window. This forces Blaney, Cindric.
Wow, so spin for Eric Jones. Who was that caused by?
Struggling in that top
So it looked like Eric Jones was checking up for Bubba Wallace, and Briscoe made contact. Another caution again.
Like 3 or 4 times the lap before.
We've only went green for like a few laps.
He was going to be 2 wide, turning was 3 wide. Yeah. And this is my comment on the last caution when I thought everybody was going to pit. It was because of this situation here. I was absolutely wrong. But DeJordy stayed out. But now I think that gamble may work. Look at this. This is the 43 and the 23 hitting each other. Sorry, 42.
That was the lap before. What ended up being the caution. That happened the lap before off turn 4.
Chastain was sneaking through at the bottom there. So this is John Hunter Nemechek in the Dollar Tree Toyota Camry. So it was both Legacy Motor Club cars involved
in
a lap apart.
Yeah, Bubba's car got in the wall, and I think a little bit of damage, and that's why he was slow off of turn 4.
And this is the moment where you say, thank goodness for last week's victory.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm in the playoffs. While this isn't ideal, in the big scheme of things, I'm still safe.
Now you see the first half of the race was kind of clean and green with only 1 yellow in the first 170 laps and 7 wrecks since then.
You see them. Looks like a rear suspension piece, most likely a totally something in the rear suspension they're having to fix. And I just think his lack of speed kind of caught everybody off guard coming off turn 4, and that contributed to that last caution.
Decision time for the leaders. I would dare say they're all going to pit, but I said that last time. They proved me wrong, so I'll just wait and see what they do.
Are we talking enough about Josh Berry? The 21, that Menards Ford, has done a super job today as he shadows the 2 of Austin Cindric. Okay, Dave, take us away. Ty Gibbs first up.
Yep, he likes some Sunoco fuel and Goodyear
Yeah,
tires.
so Ty Gibbs is spinning.
Them and send him on his way.
Jonathan Nasser told Ryan Blaney, "This is us." Blaney came back and said, "It's just so on edge."
And now Ryan Blaney's spinning.
This does get them to their window to be able to make it to the end. Same for Ryan Priest. They caught that fortuitous caution a little bit earlier, and now he's been able to keep it up in the top 10. With 105
Okay, so I believe that should put.
they for sure can make it to the end of the race.
Who's going to be in the lead now? Blaney. Well, I think Cindric still can be in the lead.
This is what put us under this most recent caution. Contact between Chase Briscoe and Eric Jones. Not malicious, just kind of circumstantial.
Yeah, so let's see. I think Cindric will still be in the lead. Yeah, it'd be Cindric, Josh Berry, Chase Elliott on a different strategy. He only pitted 10 laps after Cindric and Josh Berry. He's in third. And you got Austin Dillon, William Byron, Kyle Larson.
For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Meet the IHOP House Fades value menu. Everything's just $6. Like the breakfast fades combo, $6. French toast breakfast, $6. $6 for all this and all that. That's a lot of breakfast for $6. Weekdays at IHOP.
One thing never changes. Life never stands still. As your family grows, things just keep getting more interesting. But you learn to roll with it. The all-new On the Hub by Ashley.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing homebound. And I need you.
And Doug.
Are you here for Tracy?
We're here for everyone. Limo and I help people save hundreds by customizing car insurance.
All right. Can we please get some green flag laps in, please? I'd like to see how this race is going to play out. But if we keep getting caution after caution, yeah, what are we doing?
For some saw pickle, we saw a masterpiece. A side smasher with Grillo's pickles and Dilly Ranch, tangy pickle tots, and a pickle Rita slush with pickle flavored bubbles. It's called the Big Dillo Meal, and it's a work of art.
Oh, Kansas. You just don't stop giving, do you? The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history. Close to downtown, amazing campground. 3 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs.
You guys can't drive.
Now you're just showing off. But we're not. In fact, we're looking forward to it. Get your tickets now at KansasSpeedway.com.
Back at Iowa Speedway, and the Iowa Corn 350 powered by ethanol. Lee Diffie, Jeff Burton, Steve Letarte with you calling this action. It's the first of about 14 races in succession.
All right, so you got Cindric on the outside, Berry on the inside, Chase Elliott outside.
Championship finale at Phoenix to crown the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series.
The racing's been good today, I will say that. The racing's been good.
Now and then. A lot of different strategies in the race. Let's listen into the 6.
So if we get a yellow, we're good, and nobody else around us is. If we don't get a yellow, I need to really take care of it. Well, I think right here we just got to go and get as many spots back as we can. Not here, we can take care of it enough for the tires to make it. And I don't think it'll go green, right?
Conversation about tires. Kim, what are you hearing?
Yeah, I'm hearing that there's concern about durability, and that's why we've seen the 2 stay out a number of caution periods, because Brian Wilson said, we've seen tires corning between 80 and 90 last green. We still have over 100 to go.
Well, there's your answer. I was thinking this was completely a fuel mileage event, but what Kim is saying is there are a bunch of teams down there that think fuel's one thing, but if the tires...
So not really tires. Not really fuel, but people worry about tires. Time to see what happens. Green flag's back in the air.
There are 5 different strategies at play. We get back to it. Look at Chase Elliott on the attack on the high side of Josh Berry, and Austin Dillon is on the inside.
Austin Dillon really aggressive on the restart, almost got underneath Josh Berry into one. Josh put a big block on him.
It was a year ago at this time of the season. Austin Dillon won at Richmond, only to have that victory stripped away, and he got no pathway to the playoffs. Can he get redemption a year later here at Iowa Speedway? Look at this. Larson, Bell, Nemechek down on that low side. Cindric has skipped away.
Chastain to the battle. Oh, Bell loose.
Oh, Bell and Larson got into each other.
Unreal. Look how it stacked everybody up. Now they're 4 wide. Larson way out of the groove. It's feisty out there.
These restart laps have been awesome. It's been wild, but we predicted that. That's what Iowa Speedway has shown us over the years in whatever category of racing has come here. Larson on Priest now.
Oh, Denny Hamlin loose.
Oh, Christopher Bell and Tyler Reddick going for a spin. And another caution. Chaos.
The restarts have been wild, man.
Absolutely wild.
The cars just do not drive well. They're just not the grip that a normal mile-and-a-half type racetrack has. But this isn't. It looks like a mile-and-a-half, but it's not. It is much more of a short track. And the cars just do not have grip.
Well, Jeremy Bullen's words have come true where he said to Brad Keselowski, Steve, before that restart, I don't think it's going to go green the rest of the way. It has not. It only lasted several laps. What happened between Tyler Reddick and Christopher Bell?
3 wide. The 19 got loose on corner entry. We've seen it over and over. Gets into Tyler Reddick. Reddick gets into Bell. It's just been a consistent theme. Turn 1. When you're on the bottom of the racetrack, look how narrow his entry is. He turns so early. Now his angle of attack is completely messed up. Hits the ball.
Yeah, he just and Briscoe causing another incident.
The racetrack takes 2.
Hits Reddick and takes Bell out.
Let's have a look from the 48 of Alex Bowman because he had a really good view of that.
Great job by Bowman. It's just, we saw it yesterday in practice, we saw it in qualifying, and we've seen it all day today. Turn 1, you better pay attention to your corner entry speed and how your car is driving.
You know, it's worth discussing. We keep talking about it being a short track. Well, this is the fastest track where we run the short track aero package. The simple diffuser, not a lot of aerodynamic help, right? So most tracks, loud we do, and maybe it's a little bit faster at times, but it's flatter and different. I need bank track with a lot of speed because, you know, and once we go to Dover, we run like an intermediate package. It has a lot more aerodynamic balance to it. So you wonder if that, you know, we finally taken it up down.
All right, so I wonder how this is going to mix up strategy.
Steve, all the no downforce fans, you just made happy. They're all cheering right now.
Yeah, I mean, now look, I will say that everybody's still going to get out and say it's hard to pass and the tires don't fall off. So I'm not saying it's the magic ingredient, but I'm going to say if you like guys wrecking, then this is pretty much on it. Look at this. Joey Logano's thinking he might get into it.
He found the magic path right there through the smoke.
So many guys riding along with Bowman, you know, Logano there. You see how the smoke, it just, sometimes you just have to guess, right? You see it start, and you make your best guess right then, and you hope it's the right one.
Michael, that's the second time today that Michael McDowell has been right in the middle of an incident and found that magical path through as well. So the Spire driver, there he is in the Delaware Life 71. McDowell runs in the top 15. So it's been an eventful day for Kyle Larson, who crashed out of this race a year ago, but he is still in play now, Kim.
Yeah, lost quite a few positions after that last incident, and his frustration is pegged. Take a listen to the radio.
Every single one of them. We're going to have to leave people. Try right recorder, all that.
I know those guys have been hard on you, man.
He finished that saying, look, I've been trying to be a good teammate. I've been trying
Okay,
to
so
be
Larson's pitting here.
It has gotten me
Right
nowhere.
choice.
So look for maybe
Austin Dillon is as well.
From Kyle Larson in the last 95 laps.
he was looking for somebody to talk to. That would talk back to him. He was looking for some therapy right there.
Yeah, but Cliff was that calming voice. Marty.
Top right of your screen, Ross Chastain coming to pit road. Phil Surgeon told him a moment ago, I would love to get a caution where I think more are going to come, but I think it's going to be very few. But he felt like he had to come here. They couldn't make it. They can now, Kim.
Bottom right, Austin Dillon just said I need to be freed up a little bit for traffic.
To show you again why we are under this most recent caution on the inside of Tyler Reddick. He got tagged by Briscoe and then went up into Christopher Bell.
Yeah, it's just getting annoying how many cautions we're getting. So Austin Dillon, Kyle Larson pit there.
There's a place no map will show you. A secret spot. A high-performance hideout.
Oh, look at that. Kozlowski's up to 8th.
Brakes? Check. Roll cage? Check. A spoiler so big it doubles as a picnic table? Oh, you bet.
So, good chance this helps Kozlowski.
Right back in your ride. Look like fun? It is. You win?
An all-American club combo, extra jalapeno cuties out.
For just $1 more, you can make it a Happy Gilmore meal and get a collectible cup.
Gilmore with his own meal deal? Hey, Shooter, I love your cup. Actually, we need a Happy Gilmore meal. Shut up.
Bush guy, cold and smooth survival skills.
My watch is broken.
You can tell time by measuring the sun's distance from the horizon. Looks like happy hour. And for the mountains.
When my doctor gave me Breasttree for my COPD, things changed for me.
Oh, man. So your top 10 on this research is going to be Austin Cindric, Chase Elliott, Josh Berry, William Byron, John Nemechek, Chase Briscoe, Alex Bowman, Brad Keselowski, Justin Haley, Ryan Preece. Keselowski, I think, is going to be better on fuel than what Briscoe is going to be.
Ask your doctor about Breasttree.
Look at that. Look at the cars. Look at the crowd. Big thanks to the fans here in the Heartland. We're in Corn Country.
Honestly, in this situation, I like Ryan Preece the best. He's pitted on lap 245. And the other one's pitted like lap 220, 230. So you know he's going to be comfortable on fuel. So imagine if Ryan Preece somehow wins.
You just associate it with being blisteringly hot at this track. Not today, not this weekend. It has been perfect for this second year of NASCAR's Cup Series, Premier Series, coming here to Iowa Speedway.
An amazing race. And some amazing stories near the front. Some drivers that have yet to go to victory lane. One who is in a great position in 10th with the freshest tires of everyone in the top 10. Ryan Preece had a discussion about potential loose wheel, and look at the access the team has granted us. So this is the crew chief right here having a discussion. So Derek Finley is in the blue shirt. You see the white fire suit, the iPad they bring up there. This is showing probably crew camera footage, probably tire changer footage. You're actually watching the lug nut itself, how much the socket spins. This is all the information that crew chiefs get to decide if they think they have a loose wheel or not. I'd like to thank RFK. I'd like to thank Derek Finley and everybody at the 60 team for this sort of access, letting us put a camera right up on there. Just a great view of how you process these very heated situations, because it's a tough decision on top of the pit box, Joe.
Derek Finley, to me, is a really cool story of the year. They named the crew chief of this team. He started in NASCAR in 1997 as an engineer. He was, in my eyes, he was one of the first guys, one of the first wave of engineering that came in. And when they named him, I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Like, he's been around a long time. I talked to him yesterday. He said he is having an absolute ball and loves working with Ryan Preece. What a fun story for me from somebody I've known for so long.
And that just adds to the fabric of Preece's story today. They like to stay on the lead lap. The pit lane speed limiter issue, maybe that's under question. Meanwhile, one of his bosses...
All right, 90 laps to go. Can we please have some green flag laps?
In this race, Team Penske, Hendrick Motorsports, front row. Pets are racing. Austin Cindric leads in the green again. Watch for the movers. There's Berry in the 21. Here comes Briscoe. John Hunter, Nemechek down on the low side.
Preece on the outside, rolling to the outside of the 6.
Teammates side by side down the backstretch here in Iowa. Keselowski with his younger teammate and employee on the outside, on the high side. They almost touch, they do touch.
Wow, Priest made a nice move on the top. Almost made Keselowski wreck.
Josh Berry. Right behind them, I think, is the race for the win if this runs green. 19 at Briscoe, 42 of John Hunter Nemechek. They both make it on fuel, in my opinion. Behind them a little bit further is that battle with the 6 and the 60. It's a battle within a battle, right? You have to try to go save a little bit of gas. Cedric Elliott Berry.
Oh, caution, SVG. My God. Can we have some green flag laps? So stupid.
Once you have yellows, it just, I mean, they're non-stop.
Well, and I'm trying to put myself in your shoes.
This is so.
Out of the world, can you
I want to say the R word. I can't say it on here, though. All these cautions.
contact there?
Looks like a lot. He's probably already super loose at the moment.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on around them. You know, if there's AJ on the dinger.
What's going on right there? Yeah. Kyle Busch is into the side of the 16 as well.
Yeah, so just, you know, why are we surprised?
Well, I'm going to tell you, what if you're in my shoes, if you're Brian Wilson, the crew chief of the 2, or Alan Gustis, and your stomach sinks? Could we please just run 40 laps and get some laps on these tires?
Oh, SPG, he had that wreck earlier. He was running 16.
No.
Stay out here, and then just put new tires on at the end. So, feel like there's more risk.
Can we add some green flag laps? It's just for SVG going for a spin.
He just knows that they're in a bad spot in this situation. So, talking about radio communications, Marty, tell us more about what was discussed between Jeremy Bullins and Brad Keselowski.
Oh, this is starting not looking like a good call for Chase Elliott, and they're going to have to pit, I assume.
Be a 119 lap run to the end. We have talked about concerns over tire wear if you run that long. So here was the confrontation a moment ago between Jeremy Bullins and Brad Keselowski.
So what scenario of track position gain would it be worth putting rights on it if they all come? Jeremy, don't take this the wrong way, but I don't want to see you again. Prefer not to see you till this is over.
I love that conversation, Jeff, and I will say this is the second time Brad Keselowski has come on the radio.
So annoying, these cautions.
No offense to Jeremy Bullins, right? I mean, Brad Keselowski's the boss man, and he is.
This has to be like 6 or 7 cautions in a row. We haven't even had some green flag racing.
The 6 is coming back down pit road, and they told him, you and Chase Briscoe, you're the only 2 in the top 10 right now who can make it all the way for sure.
Jeremy and Brad have worked together in the past. This is kind of reunited this year, and they trust each other. So,
Okay, Cindric's spinning.
here, Steve.
They keep Chase Elliott out there. I do not like that.
I will add, I know they think they're the only ones who can make it. I put Nemechek and Bowman in that mix.
I don't understand why he's staying out. Do they think maybe if they keep running more laps, the caution will come out later on, not even a field or something? I don't like this call. We're just going to have to see how this plays out.
They wanted in their playbook. They discussed on what to do. They said the risk in staying is having to pit under green. The risk in taking tires now is being in the pack. Ultimately, they did decide to bring him down for fresh Goodyear tires. Sunoco Field. Kyle Larson also on the pit lane for fresh tires.
Watch this guy go with fresh tires. He is fired up inside that 5. We've seen him involved in multiple incidents today. Not always his doing. It's been a wild day here in Iowa.
Chili's wanted to reintroduce the Presidente margaritas to a NASCAR audience, but that was pretty complex, so we came up with the catchy line.
Yeah. It's annoying with all these cautions.
Just a shameless way to sell Chili's Presidente margaritas. Yup, sure is.
There's a place no map will show you. A secret spot. A high-performance hideout for cars that crave chaos. New brakes? Check. Roll cage? Check. A spoiler so big it doubles as a picnic table? Oh, you bet. Every apex we nail, every second we shave, it's all knowledge that goes right back into your ride. Look like fun? It is. You win?
Pedro's parents planned for adventure, but they didn't plan for him to make a new best friend.
All right, so the top 10 now. We got Chase Elliott, Josh Berry, William Byron, Chase Briscoe, John Nemechek, Alex Bowman, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Preece, Justin Haley, Carson Hocevar. I don't think Chase Elliott, Josh Berry, and William Byron are going to have to pit one more time at least for fuel or tires. I think the race is going to be between Briscoe, Alex Bowman, John Nemechek, and Brad Keselowski.
Your mission is our purpose. Bushguy, cold and smooth smile series. If you encounter one,
But, like I said, I think the only thing that like Chase Elliott and Josh Berry can do here is if they keep running laps, then eventually a caution happens in their favor where everybody has to pit. That could be a way they can win as well. But that scenario, I don't think that's likely.
Welcome back. We're getting ready to restart once again the Iowa Quant 350, powered by ethanol. All right, let's have a listen to how.
Yeah, I just crashed out the last caution, so we better not have any more cautions. Can we at least have like 10 laps of green flag racing, please? That's all I ask for. We are green. Chase Elliott is in the lead. And Byron is trying to move Elliott up the track, but could not do it. Like Briscoe, he's caused 2 accidents today. He's about to cause another one right there. Almost spun out Bowman by going up the track. So now Elliott's in the lead and Byron's in second. In third, Alex Bowman. 3 Hendrick cars, 1, 2, 3. Fourth, Josh Berry. Fifth, John Nemechek. 6, Chase Briscoe. 7th, Brad Keselowski. And a caution! Ty Dillon! Get this man out of the track. Don't even let him. You know what? Don't forget about how he did in the in-season challenge. Don't even let him out of Iowa. Do not even bring him into the next races this entire year. Stop bringing out freaking cautions. Gosh! These people have to run out of talent.
They just keep coming. You know, in the first 180 laps, there was only 2 cautions, and in less than laps or so, there's been 9 or 10. It's crazy.
See the damage on the quarter panel with Ty Dillon.
It's kind of funny to look back now, Jeff, and just think that opening stage was caution free. It was smooth. It was interesting. There was a great battle between William Byron and Brad Keselowski.
I mean, I don't know. I crashed out the last caution. Now I'm crashing out again. Like, this crap is stupid. It's so stupid. Like, can we just keep it clean for just 10 laps? That's all I'm asking for.
So contact, but there was already damage. Or was it?
Yeah, let's watch here.
Yeah, there was already damage.
Yeah. Contact, big contact.
Looked like Ty had a little bit of trouble because Larson caught him so quickly. Yes. Right? And he just and ends up spinning Ty out.
Honestly, this race is going to never end if we keep getting cautions.
Larson on fresh tires and eager to go. Let out some of his frustration. said earlier when he came in for the stop, we heard that pretty animated radio communique that it's been a wild day for him, and we heard him say, "Look, I'm trying to be a good teammate, but this isn't involving his teammate. This is just one of many incidents that Kyle Larson has been involved in today. This was him and Christopher Bell earlier in this race.
That just really.
About how wild this race has been. As Bell
That's so aggravating. That's so aggravating.
Fully sideways, bounces off the fence. Phenomenal driving.
It's been an interesting day for the driver of the 5 car. He's been hitting people. He's been getting.
I'm gonna be driven insane if we get another caution. Like I'm literally tired of this.
Jared texted us a little bit ago. He said it's kind of wild when you play an audio replay of a driver. You have to bleep out 3/4 of what he was saying.
He'll be sideways like that a lot this week, Stevie, at the Knoxville Nationals.
Absolutely. Just down the road, not far from here. Dirt racing country.
Congrats to our good friend Rico Abreu, who's got his Knoxville campaign off to a pretty good start. So look forward to seeing what goes down in the coming days. Dave Burns, what you got?
Lee, I got Blake Harris, crew chief for Alex.
We got 77 laps to go.
Fuel is one thing, tires are another. Do you have enough of both to go to the end?
Yeah, based on what we've seen today, I feel really good about those now. So his caution certainly made our tires.
Alex Bowman is now in the best spot, I believe.
Hard start of this stage, but fuel-wise, plenty good. Tires plenty good. So another restart or two to go our way. He's been doing a heck of a job.
Thanks, Blake. At one time, Lee, they were talking about cutting the run in half because of tire wear. Now it sounds like
maybe not Alex Bowman, but I say.
So, yesterday, Dave, thanks for that. Steve and I spent a long time.
I say Briscoe and Kozlowski, if you want to be conservative, if you can make it to the end, they're better. But you got to think about, too, all these cautions, they're just going to drain drivers of fuel.
It's always happening. It's part of life. Here at Xfinity, we want to do our part to keep one thing the same, with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. So no matter how your other costs change, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi, with our best equipment included, for a price that stays exactly the same.
Make my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing homebound. I need you, I miss.
Or some salt pickle.
Yeah, like I just crashed out on stream twice.
Pickles and Dilly Ranch, tangy pickle tots, and a pickle-rita slush with pickle-flavored bubbles. It's called the Big Bill Meal, and it's a work of art.
What you want to do is save hundreds. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
That's great, but can you ask your friend to stop digging into the green?
I can ask, but he's not going to. Only pay for what you need.
From local shops in Portland, Maine, to national garages in Portland, Oregon.
I just want to see some green flag laps, please. I'm tired of having a wreck after a wreck.
75 laps to go here in this Iowa Corn 350 powered by ethanol. What a day it has been. And everybody with every lap is learning more about this short track that Jeff, that we said right back at the start, packs a punch, and we've got a variety of people who feel that they have the right mix, that they can go the distance and get this win.
I think there are question marks of who may or can't make it, but without a doubt, Chase Elliott and Josh Berry cannot make it to the finish. Byron Bowman close. I think Briscoe Keselowski absolutely can. That's really the race for the league.
Imagine if Byron can get it. He's currently in the playoffs on points, but if he can get a win, he would be in. Here we go. William Byron leads them back to green. Now restarts, to Jeff's point, have been chaotic today. John Hunter Nemechek in that green and white 42 for Legacy Motor Club.
Yeah, Chase Elliott did not have a good restart there, and Byron is now in the lead. I just don't understand what your point in staying out for that long. Maybe hoping for a caution again?
That would be a wise idea.
I think that's what you're seeing, right? The 24 is very close. I think Bowman, well, we just heard from Blake Harris, they got enough fuel and tires, so we know his situation. That tells me that the 19, 42, and 6, 77, 60, all these guys are good to the finish. Unfortunately for Barry and Elliott, they're going to need a 30-lap run in the yellow to bring some cars down their road. I can't shake my crystal ball and get any sort of situation where the 9 and the 21 are in position.
There are so many examples in this race. Case in point, we ride on board the Bob's Discount Furniture Toyota Camry with Denny Hamlin. He's won. Carson Hocevar ahead of him on the inside is one. Ryan Priest.
All right, so we got John Nemechek and Chase Briscoe battling each other. That could be a battle for the win if Bowman and Byron aren't good on fuel.
Imagine if one of those two guys were to win this race. It would completely put the playoff standings in disarray. It would really put a lot of pressure on Buescher. Put a lot of pressure on Bowman.
All right, let's take a look at the Toyota driver update. Who is
All right, so your top 10 is Byron, Elliott, Bowman, Barry, Briscoe, Keselowski, Nemechek, Ryan Priest, Carson Hocevar, and Denny Hamlin in 10th.
Dollar Tree Toyota Camry of John Hunter Nemechek.
Oh my God!
Who is it this time?
A caution again?
Not sure where. Side windows, what we hear is some of the side windows blown out.
And debris.
A debris. Everything's giving out a caution today. We got cars crashing, and now we got debris on the track. My goodness.
That is in the cars for safety reasons. Help keep the car from flipping over aerodynamically. So that is a safety part. Will have to be reinstalled.
Hearing those Todd Gillilands. Thanks to the AMR safety team, by the way, always on the spot, super fast. Whether it's collection of debris or for the driver's health and well-being, big thanks to them. They're always here for us, always here for the drivers. So there is 34.
Damage to the right side of the car.
Yeah. Marty, tell us more.
Well, that is Todd Gilliland's side window. So here he comes down pit road to put the side window back in, and yet another caution, which in turn gets William Byron closer to being able to make it to the end of the race. I mean, who would have thought when they pitted at lap 206 that they might be able to make it to the end, but it might just happen.
Yeah, and really for Chase Elliott and Barry, I don't know what they should do at this point.
Right behind William Byron is Alex Bowman, and I just said, if we got a new winner, he would be in the middle of a very tight point race. But what if he wins?
Oh yeah,
that locks himself in, and he is in position, sitting right here. He's in third place, but with Chase Elliott eventually having to pit. This is a real battle for the win. Chase Elliott and Josh Berry in the middle of it. Both of them is going to have to come down pit road, and here they both elected. So this will kind of.
Okay, so Elliott and Berry are going to pit finally.
In front of the pack. We know those guys are racing completely for the win, Dave.
And the size on the radio were real. They did not want to have to pit here, but they do. They give up the lead, and they'll go to the back. We'll see what Chase Elliott can do from here, Kim.
Well, here's the thing for Barry and Chase Elliott. They just got to hope that they keep getting cautions now. Because this is getting really annoying, all these cautions.
Josh Berry's crew chief, and he's really happy with the speed they have in the cars, but it's been, things like this.
Okay, can we please get some green flag racing? Please?
Caution after caution, and that has changed the situation for that team.
I think it's worth.
So now it's William Byron, Alex Bowman, Chase Briscoe. This is going to help Byron and Alex Bowman, these cautions. I mean, if they keep getting cautions, these drivers won't really need to pit unless they run out of fuel themselves. Like I said, there is the possibility we get so many cautions that's just going to run people out of fuel. Excuse me.
But congratulations to that Haas factory team and everybody, Joe Custer, everybody that's a key principal on it to put it together. They found some success on Saturday and just looking to improve.
Like I said earlier, I did not like Alan Gustafson's pit call. He needs to be flipping burgers instead of being on top of the pit box. Like, I can't take it any longer as a Chase Elliott fan. I cannot. Like, I could make better calls for Chase Elliott than his dumb, you know what, would.
This time a year ago, he was living So then came out, Jeff Gordon and the crew came out and said, no, he's right, he's safe. And then he was involved in an awkward incident in the playoffs where he ended up losing his spot after the Charlotte Roval that put Joey Logano back in. Now here he is again, Stephen. He's in the pressure cooker situation. He came into today's race 15th in the playoff standing. So at the moment, coming into this race, he's in on points. We spoke to Blake Harris at length about that, about what that pressure's like. This guy said, I don't mean to give a funny answer, he said, but when you work for Hendrick Motorsports, which you did for 20 years, we live under that pressure every weekend. Because if it's pressure, are we going to make the playoffs with a win or not? Even if we do make the playoffs, then you reset and that pressure is ever present.
Yeah, I mean, this team and this organization starts in January with the goal of all 4 teams in the playoffs. And, you know, we're counting the points, we're counting this, but that is week in and week out. I mean, these 4 cars go in the haulers with the expectation to win the race.
Okay. Top 10 as they run. We can go green. William Byron, Alex Bowman, Chase Briscoe, Brad Keselowski, John Ernichek, Ryan Preece, Carson Hocevar, Denny Hamlin, Justin Haley, Ryan Blaney. Can we please go green? Like, this is ridiculous. This race was good until it became like a big circus for like the past 50 laps. Here we go.
64 laps to go when they come to
Try not the wreck challenge. Impossible. Green flags back in the air for William Byron. And wow, Briscoe feeling a big shot to the lead.
Bowman is scrapping and fighting as hard as he can. He's the only Hendrick driver who hasn't won this season, and he would desperately love to get it here in Iowa. Ryan Preece in that 60. John Hunter Nemechek, Brad Keselowski. And if tires matter, Preece has the best. We haven't seen a huge difference, but everything.
Okay, Ryan Preece trying to make a move on Alex Bowman. He's actually trying to make it 3 wide. But Briscoe is going to block him on the top.
This is such a special place for Ryan Preece. He got his first Xfinity Series career victory here back in 2017. Can you imagine if he drives to victory lane in Cup and puts himself in the NASCAR playoffs? Well, if he does it, he's going to pass 2 cars that have already won. It showed just how much raw speed they have between William Byron and Chase Briscoe.
All right. Okay, we're finally having some green flag flags. Please, can we keep going green? I'll be fine with caution later on, but I just want to see some racing for a little bit.
You see some pushing and some shoving. 71 of McDowell on the outside of Ross Chastain right here. It's going to be a long way to the front for the 71 to win this week, but he has to be excited about heading to Watkins Glen. One of the same for AJ Allmendinger as he jumps to the inside of Austin Dillon.
60 to go from here.
Okay, 60 laps to go. Maybe we can finish this race.
They both had issues, right? I think they were speeding on the first yellow, both of them.
Yep. And I can't remember if it was you or Jeff said when he was in the last car on the lead lap, how valiantly, like how determinedly he fought to stay on that lead lap. And here he is. He's at the other end of the field now. Preece has a chance to win this Iowa Corn 350. Deeper in the pack, it's a little tougher for Austin Dillon and AJ Allmendinger and Joey Logano. Talking about 11th, 12th, 13th right there.
My brothers Pizza Cam, Joey Logano looking back at Austin Dillon.
Hocevar and Keselowski. Remember, Carson was in one of those cautions. He was sideways. He got tagged. He was up in the wall. Great recovery.
Hocevar got really loose under Keselowski. Wow.
But even as sideways as he was, he did not lose that much position to Brad Keselowski. I think Brad is struggling right here.
Yeah, Brad does not have the same car as he did earlier.
Black lines he leaves on the exit of the corner. That was awesome.
He's going to wish he had that little bit of rubber back on those rear Goodyear tires here in about 50 laps.
You see the 6 car. See, he was just went driving away from the 77. Like the 6, not as good as he was earlier in the race.
Yeah, Byron's a second ahead of Briscoe. So they must think they're okay on fuel. By the way, Chase Elliott that pitted earlier, he's in 19th.
55 laps to go. Hey, Kim Coon, how about we go through the field? You kick it off.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's start with leader William Byron. This team, remember we talked about during pre-race, they finished 27th or worse in 5 of the last 8 races. They are desperate for a win. However, they did talk about how everything is circumstantial. They've had the speed. We have seen it here today. There are some nerves on the pit box and whether or not they're good on fuel. Last was on pit road, lap 206. Still trying to get William to save a little bit, especially because you burn more fuel out front. So still a little bit of a question in the air on whether or not they can make it to 350 laps here. As we look at the second place runner, Chase Briscoe, remember he led the field to the green. He won his series leading 6th pole of the season yesterday. While the team is happy, they're also
Yeah, so by the way, Chase Briscoe has won 6 poles this season.
but on the positive side, that James has been bringing cars that Chase likes much more than he did earlier in the season, Marty.
Kevin Lee mentioned Ryan Preece's win here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. He told me earlier this weekend that day changed my life. And remember, we showed Dave that replay of them presenting to Derek Finley what they thought was a loose wheel. That video convinced them not to come back down pit road, and Ryan Preece was literally seconds from coming down pit road and giving up that spot. And here he is at third with a shot to win it.
Call a normal race. That is what Blake Harris and crew chief told me this morning he wanted to do for Alex Bowman today, and they should be good. Now, this race has been anything but normal. You know, the second Cup Series race here in Iowa, but they've been able to stay to a pretty normal strategy. Had to overcome one mid-speeding penalty, but other than that, they've got it dialed in for the 48 driver, Marty.
Best day of the year for Brad Keselowski. He's led 68 laps. He has 2 playoff points, and Jeremy Bollins reminded him a moment ago the strength of our car all day long has been the long run. So he has done this before. Can he come through the top 5?
Yeah, now Keselowski does have a long run car.
Lee mentioned it, spun out earlier. Here he is in the 6th position. And can you tell by watching Lee that he is struggling with loose off the corner for Carson Hocevar? But I think that young man doesn't mind being free off the corner. He's willing to wheel it.
He whirls it around. That's why we call him the Hurricane. Hey, that was Through the Field, brought to you by Homes.com. There's been so many intriguing and compelling stories here today, and we're far from done. Inside 50 laps to go here at Iowa.
Okay, less than 50 laps to go. Now the question is, can Byron and Bowman make it to the end? We know Briscoe, Ryan Preece, and Brad Keselowski can. And when we get under caution, I mean, we've been having that
Let's do a fun one. Hold up
going on.
Hold up the buildings. I'm so sorry. How do y'all know each other? You friends? Greg. Okay, everybody jump in the air at the same time.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you button all on it with us.
Oh, no, I didn't get it. All right, from the top.
Meet the IHOP House Faves Value Menu. Everything's just $6. Like the breakfast faves combo, $6. French toast breakfast, $6. $6 for all this and all that. That's a lot of breakfast for $6. Weekdays at IHOP.
At NAPA, we're the pros that know how to make your business our business.
All right.
Pros everywhere you need us. With every part you need.
They're still going side by side. That's good. At least for the end of the race, they are.
To oil filters for your fleet.
And Logano just made a move on Hamlin. You better not be telling me that Logano is fast charging all of a sudden.
To keep businesses big, small, and everything in between moving full speed ahead.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. Here at Xfinity, we want to do our part to keep one thing the same, with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. So no matter how your other costs change, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi, with our best equipment included, for a price that stays exactly the same.
downtown, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound. And I need you.
Pod's last sale of the summer has been extended. Save up to 25% on moving and storage until September 22nd. Whether you're relocating to your new home or renovating your current one, save up to 25%. Pods brings the container to you, and you can pack at your own pace.
Okay, I think Byron may be good to the end. I don't. The team must think they are because he's running it pretty hard. But Briscoe's starting to close in.
42 laps to go here at Iowa Speedway. Does the 24 Raptor Chevy for William Byron have enough fuel on board to get to the end? Or is it going to be a pole to victory lane day for Chase Briscoe? There's some two questions to be answered. Briscoe is 20 laps to the good, virtually making 18 laps to the good.
I mean, knowing how these races have ended,
Very simply, William Byron's trying to go 100.
a couple of them, we know that Briscoe was low on fuel, and I think at Pocono, and he held off Hamlin because of the stupid dirty air.
I will say that, you know, as a guy who's run out of gas, a few times in my career, it's a helpless feeling knowing that you have to try.
I mean, that's possible.
This is a pretty wild scrap here. Suarez and Gibbs have been going at it forever. Here comes Reddick on the inside, and Eric Jones just blew by all of them.
The frustration is high back here. They have been going at it all the way. This is way back in the field, back in 23rd, 24th, 25th.
That second orange car you see is the 17 of Chris Buescher. Unfortunately, it's been an expensive day for Chris as far as playoff points are concerned. Chris has dumped a heap of points, and his teammate Ryan Preece has gained a lot of points. And they are the two drivers. Unfortunately, they're teammates as far as fighting each other for that final, that 16th.
39 laps to go now.
NASCAR Cup Series playoffs.
Does Byron have enough fuel to make it to the end?
So William Byron is a little bit potentially short on fuel.
Briscoe is close, though, if something
Job
happens.
of Chase Briscoe to get up there and put tons of pressure on him. Don't let him keep this lead and save fuel. Let him know, look, if you start lifting off that gas, trying to
I mean, if I'm Briscoe, I'd try to battle Byron as hard as you can. Run him out of the gas. Don't let him save it all.
That's going to sting a little bit because the 24 of William Byron was in this position at Michigan, leading the race, saving gas. And I said it on air. You were better off to run out of gas with the lead. And that's what the 24 decided to do. He blocked, he saved, he did all he could do. But then in the end, he just could not save enough gas. He runs out of gas. The 11 of Denny Hamlin goes on to win the race. So that's still fresh in the memory of this 24 car. The disappointment is real. And then just a week ago at Indy, he was running third and ran out of gas there as well. So a couple recent races that didn't go right for the 24. The question is, does he have enough gas? And I'm questioning if he has enough car to hold on to Briscoe.
Yeah, Briscoe charging hard.
Now with 35 laps left.
But I wonder if these cars will catch up to lap traffic. There's still quite a bit of laps left. 35, not that long around Iowa, but there's still plenty of time for stuff to happen.
Of the top three, but can he get close enough to these two and add something in these closing laps? He's the next car in shot. There he is. Kim. Kimmy, tell us more about the 24.
Yeah, interesting. Talking to Rudy Buell this morning just about this race and whether he considered it a driver's race or a crew chief race, knowing all the strategy that was on the table. He said it was about 50-50. He said the drivers here, they have to have car control and a lot of awareness, but on the crew chief side, it's about calling the right strategy.
I mean, Chase Elliott is up to 14th with those pressure tires. So maybe it's doing something. It may get him like a top 10 or something.
Crew chiefs are done. Drivers only from here on out. You hope you have enough fuel in it. Byron has to try to save gas, and 19 has to get by. They both better pay attention because the 6th of Brad Keselowski has got by Preece, and I think.
And Keselowski has gotten by Ryan Preece.
Still or enough time, but I believe he's hungrier than the two in front of him because he has yet to win, and we talked about it. In his point situation, it's a must-win. Brad would love to see Briscoe get door to door with the 24 for 2 or 3 laps and reel him right in.
And 2.5 seconds behind, so he's going to have to really make something happen. Yeah. Or these two guys get side by side and slow each other down, and then he can.
Briscoe got really loose right there.
I don't know, though, that Briscoe has the car he needs. I saw him 2 laps ago. He got into turn 1, and he was sideways loose.
He just got sideways off turn 4 just then. The question is, for me, with 31 to go, is are we going to run into the back of the field, right? These guys right here.
Couple things that Keselowski can hope for here. Them two battle, they catch up lap traffic, or we get a caution.
With about 12 or 14 to go, and that's just going to accordion this lead group right back together. Folks at home, I want you to watch Keselowski in 3rd and the number behind. It was at 2.4. It's now down to 2.35. Keep watching that margin, and can the 6 close it up? It's down to 2.2 seconds now, Marty.
This is what Jeremy Mullins predicted with about 50 to go. He reminded this driver, we have been the best car on the long runs, and that's coming to fruition. Really, last 20 laps, Keselowski had the top 3 lap times, and he continues to chunk out of that lead that Chase Briscoe and William Byron have. And remember, Jeff, he has done this twice today. He had to come back to the field.
See, now we got Ryan Blaney trying to challenge Carson Hocevar.
Can he do it to win the race?
And I think they're starting to catch up to lap traffic now. And Keselowski now has it down to 2 seconds.
The tail end of the pack, that is going to slow them down. We've seen it all day long. It's made an effect, and I think you will here in 2 laps.
Under 2 seconds for Keselowski. And let me just remind everybody, I was thinking fuel, and that's what we were talking about. Like Kim Kuhn told us that she heard a lot of crew chiefs worried about tire wear. These
are
65 green flag laps. So if they run green from here, that'll be the longest run on tires under green today. So will somebody
27 laps to go.
A bunch of time in just the last closing laps.
Can Keselowski get there?
It is the lap car of Joey Gaze. That gap is back up to 2 seconds. Keep the lead. Save some gas. Keep the lead.
Well, his speed helped because Briscoe's car isn't driving well.
Agreed.
His car, you can see the back of the car is moving around a lot. He is not happy with his race car right now.
The race started with William Byron and Brad Keselowski fighting it out. Is the race going to finish with William Byron and Brad Keselowski fighting it out? First, Keselowski's going to deal with Briscoe.
Okay.
That gap is staying
24 to go.
Staying at 2 seconds. Kim.
And they have given the 19 the go-ahead in terms of putting pressure on the 24. Spotter Drew Herring came on the radio and said the team just told William they would like him to save as much as he can.
You can tell Briscoe's car is sideways.
Pressure he can on the 24 of Byron.
More lap traffic coming into play.
On the 24, because you just heard Rudy Fugle over the radio talk about saving gas. It's going to really come down to traffic. I think we're focusing on fuel and tires. And in the end, Jeff, I think it's going to be how you catch the lap traffic that's going to decide this race.
Stenhouse is the next one they come across. Climbing off turn 2, down the backstretch. What a first year at Joe Gibbs Racing.
Yeah, Keselowski, he gained a 10th there, but he's not really gaining as much time as he was. He gained probably like 2 or 3 tenths the last 10 laps. And you got to gain more if you're going to catch up to them. Because you only got 23 laps now.
What a mix we have at the top 10 or 12. You see right here that 15%.
Yeah. Byron is driving away from Chase Briscoe. I think when they turn Chase loose, Chase went to go and it's not there. His car just isn't there.
Yeah, Briscoe does not have the car. It just depends on if Byron has enough fuel or not, on my opinion. Or if there's like a big battle on lap traffic and that holds everybody up.
Here comes Brad Keselowski. Brad is running Briscoe down. Can he get to Byron? Well, we keep talking about it. The better cars on the tail end of the lead lap are directly ahead of William Byron. Can he get through them?
20 laps at the line is the call from Rudy Fugle, but he keeps saying back it down more.
Yeah, sorry about that, Lee. I didn't mean to step on you, but a 70 for Briscoe and a 30 for Keselowski.
So they're saying that they're probably going to have, they're probably 1 lap short, they're saying, for Byron.
If he can get to Briscoe, he's got to get by him right now. He cannot get hung behind him.
Fellas, that gap has gone from 2.4 seconds. Byron to Keselowski to now 1.6 seconds. Keselowski continues to eat into this gap. And there's just 19 laps to go, this time across the line.
Byron did a really nice job of
Okay, Byron started getting through the lap traffic, though.
killing it in a 34 car. Wasted no time. Now this is the job of Keselowski. He's got to get through Briscoe quickly.
There you go. Let's go get that 19, and let's go get career win number 37.
Yeah, it's going to be close for Byron.
Which means overdrive the entry to slide up in front of him on exit.
They know it just like we do. He cannot waste time. He cannot waste time if he can get to the 19.
Laps are going by quickly, though. There's only going to be 17 now.
This lap tracker's been pretty easy for Byron. It's going to get harder if he gets all the way up to, say, the 88 and the 4.
If Keselowski were to win and confirm a spot in the playoffs,
Keselowski was
it
sideways.
would come with mixed feelings because he would bounce out one of his teammates and employees, Chris Buescher.
Okay, the gap's kind of stabilized
Still
now.
3 races to go until the playoffs start.
Well, let me flip it. William Byron. You know, we talk about how great the year has been because he did kick it off by winning the Great American Race. He went to victory lane in the Daytona 500, but it's been a drought. Dominated the Coke 600. I mean, dominated. For Ross Chastain to go up and take it away in the final run. Dominated Darlington for a bad pit decision to get him behind in the last green flag cycle. So I know it's been a good year for the 24, but I think this team needs
Okay, 15 laps to go for Byron.
Just what they're looking for. The other consideration, if you're Brad Keselowski, is when you get, if you can get by the 19, and the same for Briscoe, if you can keep Keselowski behind you, if the 24 runs out, you're the winner. So you have to assume, both of those guys have to assume that you are racing for the win for that second position right now.
8% of fuel left with 14 laps to go for William Byron. He just said, in the face of running out of gas last weekend at Indy, like Steve said, he said this week, this team is unreal. We don't know the word quit. We know we're going to the playoffs, but we're not content with that. We want to keep excelling. And there's Rudy Fugle, the man you've been hearing on the radio.
Yeah, now it's going to be 13 laps to go.
Pressure cooker situation.
Does Byron have enough fuel? Keselowski cannot seem to catch up to Chase Briscoe. So it's up to Byron
He got closer to Briscoe.
if he's got fuel or not.
He doesn't have the pace either. Like both of those cars have kind of fallen off toward the end of this run. But to your point, Steve, when you get these races where you may be courting tires, you can lose a ton of time in a few laps if you do start to court the tires. So none of these guys are out of it.
Well, and we've seen these guys are on the razor's edge of grip. I mean, we've seen other unbelievable race car drivers push wreck in practice.
Well, with Byron being further away from Chase Briscoe, this can allow him to save a little bit of fuel.
Absolutely, just wheeling these things.
And think about this big picture-wise for Brad Keselowski. Since going over and taking an ownership stake in RFK, he has helped with what he's learned in the sport, his years at Penske, and he's made changes within that organization. For him to be behind the wheel, Jeff, and a team that you drove for him to be there and be fighting with the likes of Hendrick Motorsports and Joe Gibbs Racing, what a massive compliment that is.
This is what they've been building toward.
Okay, 10 laps to go for William Byron. As they run, it's Byron, Briscoe, Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, Ryan Preece, Alex Bowman, Carson Hocevar, Joey Logano, Austin Dillon, and Ross Chastain is the top 10.
I think it would take a mistake or a big save to reel the 19 in, but do they have enough fuel? Can they make it?
This is hard in the mouth stuff. 4% left. 9 laps to go.
More. Back it up even more.
Back it up even more. Can William Byron nurse it home? Agonizingly, he has twice run out of gas at key moments in races.
Love to see what's happening behind the wheel of the 24. They keep telling him
Right.
to back it up.
8 laps to go. Does Byron have enough?
Oh, there you go. I would half throttle down the straightaway. That's saving some gas. Let's see what he does. Off throttle completely, very little brake, coasting it into the corner. He'll pick up the throttle right here. Does he run a hard throttle? Look at that. Hard throttle. Not even wide open down the straightaway. That's saving some gas.
No immediate threat yet behind. There's no immediate threat.
Well, he's running the same pace. I mean, he ran a 72. Keselowski ran a 72. So both Keselowski and Briscoe, their cars have gone away. Blaney.
Yeah. If Byron wins this race, he has an incredible fuel tank. That's all I can say.
3/10 of a second faster than these two guys. Unfortunately, their cars just have gotten away.
Back up all the way to him. That's a 24 radio. Back it up, otherwise you are not going to make it. 6 laps to go. This time by for William Byron.
6 to go to Byron.
And that gap to Ryan Blaney is coming down pretty dramatically. Yeah.
Can he get that fuel tank the last 6 more
You
laps?
start taking half a second a lap. Oh, yeah. I don't think he get to the 24, but he's close enough if these guys all decide to run each other out of gas.
Blaney's flying.
He's almost with Keselowski, Jim. There he is.
Yeah, he is flying.
Wow, what a dramatic way that would be to go back to
Okay,
back
5 to go.
6/10 of a second faster that lap. And he is driving it hard.
Byron have enough fuel.
He almost wrecked that thing and won that time.
Remember, there are some 80 friends and family here cheering Ryan Blaney on to go back-to-back wins.
4 to go.
Best on fuel. He stopped the latest on lap 245. He's in
Does
the
Byron have enough?
Right, that crew member in the 24, just hoping that thing has enough fuel. 4 laps to go.
So much
Back
work.
it up.
So much
If the
effort.
lappers get you, it's fine.
Use the 2 lappers, and even if the lappers get you, that's fine, says Rudy Fugel. Let Shane Van Gisbergen go.
3 to
The
go.
problem he has is Blaney is going to get there, even with 3 to go. He's going to get Brad, I think, no problem. We'll see if Brad holds him up. If Brad holds him up, that's going to be great for Byron.
Yeah, just that one corner
Oh,
right
that
there.
was it. Yep, that was it.
One
Absolutely. So now it's come down to the ounces. That's right, not gallon. Ounces of Sunoco fuel left in that 24 car.
Here we go,
How many do it?
inside Keselowski.
2 to go for Byron.
Didn't quite get it. 3 laps to go. Make it 2 laps to go.
Back it up. Back it up.
Less than 2 miles. Can William Byron make it?
Blaney with a big run right here on Keselowski.
And look at Cody Ware and Shane Van Gisbergen. They're just hanging around. They don't want to be part of this. And they're coming.
Okay, 1 to go for Byron.
To go. And 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. Is there enough gas in the tank for William Byron? Looming in the background is Briscoe, Keselowski, and Blaney.
I think Byron's done it.
The line is now in sight. Off turn 4 comes William Byron. Does he have enough? You betcha he does.
And Byron wins.
William Byron. So close.
The fuel held up.
And Hendrick Motorsports celebrate. William Byron wins the Iowa Corp 350, powered by ethanol and powered all the way to the line.
So after losing on fuel strategy 2 times this year, Byron wins here in Iowa.
Thanks to everybody back at the shop. Thank you guys so much.
That may be not celebration. That is pure relief.
You have to think being so close on fuel and both Michigan and Indy makes this one even more sweet, right? That they got to figure it out 144 laps on fuel. Even a little left fuel burn.
I've already said this week, this team doesn't quit.
Yeah, enough for a little bit of a burnout. You think of what could have been for Brad Keselowski, though. Won both the stages. And could have had a big opportunity to win if Byron ran out of fuel, but that didn't happen. All right, so your top 10. It's William Byron, Chase Briscoe, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, Ryan Preece, Bubba Wallace, Alex Bowman, Carson Oswald, Joey Logano, and Austin Dillon. It's top 10. Chase Elliott ended up finishing 14th and Kyle Larson in 28th. Man.
What an amazing final stint. Here in America's
Okay. See you guys next week for Watkins Glen.
Hit it at lap 206 at that point.